You're stuffing in somebody's shell? I'm about to today. If y'all are wondering what today's about, it's about stuffing shells. And I mean that literally and figuratively, up to interpretation. I know my audience. I know where all of those are going in your head. I know where all those. Fuck! I just accidentally opened like this stupid AI app on my laptop. It hasn't even been like freaking a minute. Hi, I'm Copilot, your AI companion. Leave me alone. Who said I wanted a companion? Did you get my consent? No, the hell you didn't. Get away from me, creep. I'm not a minor, but I was just a bit ago, so you better watch it. So how we doing, guys? How we doing? How we doing? Are we doing good today? I'm going to make sure that everything's running up pretty good. It says it's a soft pretzel sandwich, but we are not going to be making that today, unfortunately. That was last week. It was okay. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. All right. Here we go. All right. Ready? My bad. Ooh. Yeah. We're like getting all the energy out. I just realized that cabinet's open. Chat, can you see that? Ignore all of the shit in the sink. It's unnecessary to look at. I'm gonna move my microphone so you guys can't like. Okay, you ready? Watch this. Fuck. Ow! Fuck, that hurt. Shit, that kind of hurt. Ow. Damn, I'm not flexible at all. What the fuck? Oh, wow, I feel really lightheaded after that. You ever know when you're like doing something, you just low-key just start losing your marbles? Hypixel Skyblock. Hypixel Skyblock. Hypixel Skyblock. Whew. I'm so freaking hot, bro. Hold on, let me check the temperature in here. It's supposed to be fucking high or something. Oh my god, it's 74 in this house. Help, I'm gonna burn to death. Good god, bro. I'm not trying to become the fucking food here. I'm not trying to cook myself alive. What the hell is this bullshit? No wonder it's so hot in here. Chat, if I had abs, would you guys swoon over me? That's a stupid fucking question. I'm gonna go grab one of these stupid aprons, bro. Alright, so we have two options today. I decided today's not a pom-pom curing day. We have the Gry Finder one that I made when I was like fucking, I don't know, 8 or something. It's supposed to be Gryffindor, but it's off center, and it's also Gry Finder. I thought I put my name on there, but it just says spelled wrong edition with a really weird smirk face, but I don't think I knew what that was when I was 8, so I was just, you know, low-key stupid. And we also have my brother's Binging with Babish one. I think we should wear this one because this one's low-key better. Hold on. Alright, this works. Oh, there it goes. Alright, chat, we're doing this. Look, it literally matches, okay? And you're like, why would you do that? That's so weird. First off, nobody in the house fucking uses this shit, so I might as well use it to assert my dominance. Oh my god, why am I serving tea right now? So freaking nobody uses that. Uses these, my bad. And it gets a little chaotic. You know, if the house burns down, I at least want to look, hold on, there's dog food on the floor, what the fuck? I at least want to look very, fancy, like I'm a chef. You know, gang? Chat, what we thinking? I think the reason this one was so much more expensive is because if you want to pull that one Starbucks employee where you like snatch yourself up, you can. But I'm not doing that shit. Because, oh my god, that was a loud notification. Live 360, yeah. Fucking. It always is super loud, I swear. My parents are coming home. Jefferson's coming home. I was watching fucking Hamilton in my class today, and now I can't get any of the songs out of my head. But all I know basically is spoilers. Mute your headphones for the next 10 seconds. I'm gonna go through it. Mute your headphones if you don't want spoilers for Hamilton the musical act 2. Freaking the fact that he fucking gets off with a wife is crazy. Like, bro, I thought your whole purpose was to, like, I don't know, draft up a bunch of papers. Bro had priorities that he didn't even know about until she arrived. Damn! Damn! So, excuse me. Oh my god, that was a good burp. You know when you burp, you can feel your lose weight. I think honestly, if I stepped on a scale, they wouldn't allow me on the roller coaster from how thin I am just for that one burp. Chat, if I turn sideways, you can't even see me. Like, you can't even see me. Actually, kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But anyways, disregarding that, we have some of these. They're like shells or something. I don't know. Then we also have ricotta cheese, which is currently melting. I'm getting warmer. Cheese can't melt. Alexa, can cheese melt? I think it was such a stupid question that she said, fuck you. Xiaohong Shu! Follow for more lifestyle tips. Xiaohong Shu. Ricotta cheese made with part skim milk. I actually think I'm starting to sweat because of this right now. It's kind of scary, not because of the heat of my house. We have shredded Parmesan cheese. It called for some stupid ass fancy cheese, but I don't know. I guess I'm fucking living in poverty because I don't have it or something. Made it sound like it was like really common fucking cheese. Like, okay, Janet, of course I don't have your fucking cheese. Who gives a shit? This is Prego traditional. Every time I see Prego, I just think pregnant. And honestly, the way that tomato was built, it kind of looks like it might have twins soon. So, I think it's pretty accurate. It said, I guess it said garlic somewhere. I don't remember it saying garlic, but whatever. And it also said spinach, but we don't have spinach, so we're using this fucking cabbage that we've had in our freaking fridge for... It's unimportant, you know, it's unimportant. So let's talk a little bit. Let's yap a little bit, because we don't do that enough, obviously. We don't do that enough. We can never have enough. By the way, my parents are coming in pretty soon, so we're going to try to see... First off, I'm going to try to harass them a little bit. I'm going to be like, hi, how are you doing? How are you doing? And just yap to them. But I'm also going to be trying to preserve their privacy or whatever. Place the spinach in a steamer basket. No, I don't have fucking... What? I need to boil the cabbage thing? Hold on. Chat, how do you steam something? Is it... Oh, wait, I think I have an idea. Hold on, chat. Look. Fuck. I have an idea. So you know how you steam something? It's like with steam, right? And I think I saw my parents do this when I was like 5 or some shit. So, somewhere in these, we have something that's like this big, and then we have one with holes in the bottom. I think that's how you do it. I think that's how you do it. Hold up. Let me just like, none of these are right now. Hold on. I need to put these back. There's another one I'm looking for. Yeah. Damn, that is really loud. I apologize. Why are there so many fucking seeds for plants over here? Bro, I wonder what would happen if you try cooking with those. Alright, wait, hold up. No. I found it! Alright, chat, look. Look! Do you see what I mean? This is how you steam stuff, right? Right? Like, you put water in this, and then you put, like, the vegetables in this, and then, like, the steam comes up, and you put the lid on, and, yeah, okay, let's do this, okay? So we have that, we need a lid for it, okay? I'm moving the setup, just about, if it will let me. Excuse me, I'm burping a lot. Damn, is it like, I wonder if there's a statistic where you burp more on a stream or not. Because for me, it would be, hell yeah! Look at this, I bet it's first try. It might not be first try, chat. It might be a bit too big, but that's okay. Because too big is just right. That's what all girls say about me. So we're going to find the next smallest one. I think it's this one, because this one has a hole in it. Yeah! Hell yeah! Chat, I'm so good at cooking. Literally hire me to be a chef. I need the money. So freaking, we're gonna be using one of these for this spimamudge. I mean, fucking cabbage. I don't know what the fuck I'm yapping about, guys. But it says, of course, the first thing to do is to steam the spinach, but we're not that fucking fancy. We just got a head of cabbage that looks like it just crawled up from the ground of, I don't know, something to do with the underworld. So we're gonna use that. It says you do it till it's wilted, then chop it after it's done. Hello, Jeff the Killer. How are you doing today? We are making stuffed shells. Can you even cook? Yes, the fuck I can. Okay, do not question me. I am the ultimate Gordon Ramsay in this entire area. If anybody questions me otherwise, you're banned. You're banned. You're done. Nobody else. Nobody else. This is not a democracy. Just because I'm from America does not mean that the people have the say. This is an authoritarian society. Somebody save me? Brother, I think you need to save the food. I think there's something a little bit more of a bigger priority. And a large part of salting... What the fuck was that? In a large pot of salted boiling water, cook the pasta shells for 10 minutes until al dente. Drain and drizzle with light olive oil to keep them from sticking together. Aren't you, like, not supposed to put oil and water together? Or, like, am I just fucking stupid? In a medium bowl, combine the spinach with the ricotta, pecorino, which I have fucking Parmesan cheese, but we're not all fancy. Oh, so you make the filling in the... Oh. Not ban me. Yeah, you better watch it, man. Shit just got real. Bro found out he can get banned. So I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna I almost fucking fell. We're gonna steam some shit. Actually, why just steam this when you can steam tons of other things? My family, we don't eat vegetables, okay? Because who the fuck does? I'm serious. If y'all eat vegetables, good for you, because it's hard. And I don't mean that in like a way of like, it's so hard to find them. No, it's easy as hell to find fruit. It's just hard to find fruit and vegetables that don't go bad within 2 fucking seconds. It's annoying. Very annoying. You think you could put mushrooms? These look like they're about to die. Like, really about to die. Maybe we should use these, chat. Chat, what do you think? Chat, should we use these? This is easy as fuck. Chat, should we include these? If this is easy, then what do you say to a challenge, including these mushrooms, huh? Including these mushrooms, these kind of juicy, somehow, mushrooms. Question mark? I'm not exactly sure how mushrooms are juicy, but they kind of are. I like just sniffed them. I wonder if they have mold on them. I'll figure out when we get to them. You know what? Okay. Let me know if you guys want to use those, because I think we should. We also have peppers and like onions and shit, but that's too much. That's too big of a deal. I mean, we have pretty much everything we need. Hell no? Bitch, what the fuck you mean hell no? Alright, we'll put them back then. I see. Fake as hell is what you are. Fake as hell. Alright. You know what we should include? Hold on, let me grab this. It's on top of the fridge, so it might take a second. So I have some Funyuns that we haven't used. And since we're making stuffed shells, I was wondering, if they could be... Oh, actually, shit, we have Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Chat, should we make something with these? Could we put them in the stuffed shells? I mean, we probably shouldn't, but, like... What if we had, like, an experimental one? Like that least favorite child that you're just like, ew, I want to get rid of it. And, like, well, I mean, everybody here probably has experience being one or the other. I cooked this before. What do you mean? I've played these games before. Bro's Gordon Ramsay or something. We have Funyuns. We have the jalapeno cheddar jalapeno crunchy. We have the chili cheese Fritos, but only like 2 bags of them. Oh, we also have the Flamin' Hot, of course. Oh, and the Funyuns. Did I say the Funyuns? Oh, hell no. No, you say oh, hell no? Man, listen, I gotta get rid of this shit. We're gonna figure out one of these recipes one of these days that we're gonna use that, okay? One of these recipes. If you guys see any red on this elbow, I have a bug bite, by the way. FYI. Oh my god. I literally need to burn energy, chat. Chat, can y'all do this? Hold on. Hold on. Wait, watch this, watch this. Watch this. I go ahead and hit that. I bet you fucking can't. I bet you can't. You don't cook shit. I do cook shit. Well, actually, I don't cook shit because that would be pretty shitty of me. But I do cook. I cook up everything. I'm the GOAT, guys. I'm the Grand Master. Bader. We're so good. Okay, okay. I have been so tired all day, and I've been regaining my energy by doing that fucking shit all the time. Hold on, I'm kind of out of breath. Damn, they don't call you a senior in high school for nothing. Give me my fucking walker. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. What was I doing? Oh, right, we need to steam this. All right, so my parents are home. I don't know where the hell they are, though. They could be walking through the doors, at some point. I don't know, my dog just moved. Maybe they're coming in. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they're making out in the car. I don't really know what they're doing. So we're just gonna go ahead and get some water in this pan, okay? Yeah, if you guys are wondering, well, I can answer your question. We're just gonna take some hot water and put it in the fucking pan. You know, like regular people do. You know? Gang, TSPMO. Honestly, you know, the fact is, at the end of the day, is that we're good at what we do, but the fact is that my parents still bought a smoke alarm because they were kind of terrified. They bought a whole new one because it didn't go off every time. R.I.P. gang, man, R.I.P. So we're gonna go ahead and wash this head of fucking, this isn't lettuce, what is this? Cabbage? My big head. We're going to wash my big head today, chat. All of us in a classroom. It's a classroom assignment. You've got to complete it. Thank you. Chat, please do not call me. It's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke. I swear, it's a joke. It's a joke. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. Guys, honestly, I think liking children is too much of a thing that a lot of too many male YouTubers do. So I'm gonna level out the playing field here so nobody's safe, okay? Nobody's safe. If any of you are watching me and you're like, I really hope this one doesn't turn into liking kids, I'm gonna like kids, okay? And y'all better clip me right here and now when I turn out to have like a case or something, because that would be funny as shit. Not actually. I can't even imagine myself laying with those little fucking creatures. If anything, you'll see me in a homicide case with one of them. Bro, I was literally on my way home today from my school, and this one got into a fucking road rage fight with me. Like, little man, chill out. You're like 4 or 5. Like, get out of my fucking lane. Bro tried to run me off the road. I was like, get out of here, little man. You can't even fucking... I don't know. Well, obviously he can drive. I don't even know how that little critter can drive, but freaking... Bro was tweaking out. I was like, bro, you don't even have AP Gov yet. Like, don't talk to me. Freaking teenagers, am I right? Freaking teenagers. I hate those things. I mean, obviously knowing every single one of you is probably a fucking teenager or a college kid. Only college kids. Only college kids here, guys. Cabbage is really satisfying to wash, by the way. Wash with SH, not TCH, by the way. I'll send it into your Discord. I'll clip it. Alright, clip it, and then you can get 1 million views when a case comes up with me, like, killing one of them or something. Because genuinely, bro, I was about to run that one off the road today. I was like, you fucking trying to start some road rage with me? Like, I'll literally take your stupid Kia Soul and shove it into a ditch. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't get road rage, but if somebody fucks with me, I'm low-key just gonna run them off the road. A family of 4 one time ran me off the road, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? And it's just because they were on their phone and the lane was ending, and I was trying to get over, and they literally blocked me every time I tried to come over. I was like, bro, I'm literally about to slam into this pole. Literally stopped like 2 feet from it. Terrible. 1 million views? Yeah, it's all the kids that are watching out for the newest Minecraft YouTuber predators. But in this case, they gotta watch out for not being bitches on the road. Because I'll quite literally run them over. I'll run all of them over. Every single one of them. People get so pressed when traffic is involved. Chat, when y'all can drive, or if you can drive, traffic is not that serious. It really feels like it is, but it's really not, okay? It's really not. It's not worth it. I used to get so pressed over traffic, holy shit, but then I realized, you know what? This stupid idiot isn't going faster than 15 under the speed limit, so who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? My bitching and complaining ain't gonna do shit, so you know. Yeah. Every single teenager has to go through that, Loki, though, you know? But I'm not one of those little critters, that's for sure. So what we're doing is we're taking that water we put in the pot and putting it, you guessed it, on the burner to heat it up. Because that's just what the recipe said to do. We're taking this, which is cabbage. It looks like it's dirty, but I promise you it's not. It's just aged, I guess. But like I literally rub it and nothing comes out, but you can't really see anyway. Whatever. We're just gonna shove it in there and just leave it to die. It says once it starts wilting is when we take it out. When we take it out. If you cuss, I'm not clipping it. Okay, I don't like cuss words. Okay. Oh, I see. All right, I'll try to limit them. My bad, man. These kids go on the road and they think they're the owner of the road. Okay. Every single one of them goes on the road and they're like, "Get out of my way. I need to get to my destination of choice." Hello? Bro, well now you can hear me, but it's like a really shit quality. Hold on. I don't know what the hell my microphone does. You know what? I'm sick and tired of this bullshit, so we're just going with this, okay, gang? We're just going with this. Oh, my bad. I accidentally cussed again. Hold on. I need to I need to log in. Oh, no. Let me check on my phone to see how the quality sounds, and hopefully it sounds decently good enough that we don't need to, like, do anything with this freaking microphone. Because it's low-key annoying me, like, really bad. Oh, my bad. I accidentally cussed again. Oh, wait, yeah, you... I'm really loud. Okay, it seems to be fine. So what we're just gonna do, again, what was I talking about? Oh! Excuse me, I burped. My bad. So, anyways, we have the thing on the stove, doing the thing on the stove. And so, look. If it comes out one more time. Please. Thank you. Good lord. Anyways, we have this thing on the stove, and it's going at its own pace. Okay, its own pace. We don't rush it. Okay? If you ever try to rush somebody while they're doing something important, don't mess with that. Dude, seriously, what are their parents doing? Should I go out and check out what they're doing? Because low-key, I wonder if they're, like, actually dying out there. Are they just sitting out there? weird. Oh, or maybe they're in the garage. Chat, do your parents just randomly disappear for the garage sometimes? Because mine do. All the time, actually. They always just disappear to the garage, and then I'll come into the garage, and they're, like, working on some random project, and I'm like, bro, what is this? Like, genuinely, what is this? And they'll be like, oh, this is our new, shed we're making for out on the shed? Our HOA doesn't allow us to do that. Kent, why are we making a shed? And then I'm like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Because it sounds a little bit confusing. It sounds just a little bit confusing. So, that's the parents for you. That's for sure. Honestly, you don't really know. I don't really know what they do quite, like, 99% of the time, because sometimes they just be doing stuff. They started this whole reselling thing, and I'm like, mother, what are you doing? And she's like, well, you see, we take these, and then we take them on eBay, and then we sell them. And I'm like, what? And they made a lot of money off of it. I'm like, okay. Like, I see you, entrepreneur. Like, really putting that marketing degree to use. I see. Freaking good at it, too. 2K made, at least, is what she told me. Like, dang, man. I don't even think I could dream of making that much money in, like maybe a month they've been doing it. Hold on. I'm going to go see what they're doing if they're outside really quick. Dog, you better not run away or so. What y'all doing? Oh, I was just checking. Oh, what are we selling? Yeah, I think it's doing it. No. I'm just speeding. Yeah, no! I didn't know. Oh my god, I leave for 2 seconds and it is steaming all over the place, bro. I can't do this. I can't do this! It'll be fine, right? If I just put it to the side like that, it'll be fine, right? So we had spinach this entire time, and I was not aware. But you know what? We learn and we grow, and we use the spinach next time. And hopefully it'll be used and not wasted. Also, I need to move this. I just realized this is still here, and we are definitely not using Funyuns and stuffed shells. So we're going to move this on top of the fridge again. On top of the fridge again. So, oh, it's just really steaming. It's going pretty far up. I mean, it's going all the way up. I wonder if that'll bring damage to the ceiling. Chat, is there such a thing as steam damage to ceilings? I should not be asking you guys. This should be my area of expertise. I think it's fine. We have one of those popcorn ceilings, but it's not actually. It's like if somebody took a roller with a ton of paint and just, like, rolled it across the ceiling. Like, it has, like, if y'all have ever seen meringue before, like the peaks on egg whites, that's what the ceiling looks like, you know? It looks really interesting, that's for sure. Oh, right, I was like, what am I doing? I'm gonna get, yep. Watch this. Wow, that was quiet. So I think we're gonna put our stuffed shells in here, but we'll see if we need a bigger one at the end. Just have that for now. Headphone users, take off your headphones. If you need to lower your volume, lower your volume. It's about to get really loud. I'm pulling a pan out of a bunch of pans in a drawer. It's really loud. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Alright. We're good. My poor dog, bro. I've heard dogs have so much hearing that, like, it hurts, you know? Can't really watch for a while. A friend I haven't talked to in, like, 2 years just asked me to get on. Heck yeah, man! Good for you. That's awesome. W friend, too. It's cool when stuff like that happens because you haven't seen people in forever. Alright, let me know how it goes, man. That sounds awesome. I want to eat one of these raw. Let's eat one of these raw, chat. Do you think I'd, like, die or something? I mean, I obviously wouldn't die, but I have braces on. You think I'd break them? Alright? Oh, that hurt really bad. I hate this. This is not very good. Eh. Sorry, it's taking me a while to eat this. Holy crap. Holy moly. Me when I crack my back. That was low-key the most disgusting thing I've had in the past 5 days. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if this is ready yet. I assume it's not because it's not like wilted or anything yet. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep the cabbage on the stove for now. But check it out. Check it out. It's kind of hard to see the more daylight it is out, but you can see the steam coming off of it, right, chat? You can see the steam. It's a decent amount of steam is the good part. It's a decent amount of steam. So you know what? It's getting there. It's getting there. Pretty good. Pretty good. Check out these jumbo shells though. These are jumbo for sure. Look at this. Big ass shell comparison to hand. Look at that. That's like a size of your palm. Size of my palm, bruh. They're like, I need to measure that. I can't think of measurements off my head. Hold up. Oh, well, lucky for me, look at what we have here. We have a conveniently placed meter stick right here. This is around, hold up. 2.5 inches long, chat. 2.5 inches long for a jumbo shell. That's a pretty big jumbo shell. Pretty big jumbo shell. Fits in your palm really nicely. Really nicely. I'd give, what brand is this? Great Value Jumbo Shells a 10 out of 10. Okay? If any of you can guess what Great Value is a brand for store of 10 points. I don't know what kind of points. 10 points. Actually, 10 points. Yep. 10 points. Ow. That burnt really bad. So I'm gonna like, wow, that's a lot of steam. I'm gonna not do that as much, you know? Ah, I hate that. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Ow. Oh right, I could put it on medium and it would still boil, right? You might discover how a freaking stove works. What? Huh. We're low-key just waiting for it to wilt, chat. We're low-key just waiting for it to wilt. It's a pretty interesting process. I'm gonna try eating the rest of this jumbo shell. This is actually kind of satisfying. So, you know how jumbo shells... Okay, chat, if you don't know, jumbo shells have these kind of ridges on them. Let me see if I can focus it enough. You can kind of see them, But it has these ridges on them, and they're really satisfying to just... So yeah, then you just, you know, say... Oh, sure, jumbo shell. I thought I had a tooth. Here's that. ASMR. Hello, Omega. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Welcome back. It's nice to see you. Bro, raw pasta is low-key on fire. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I almost just freaking choked on that. That would have been really unfortunate. All right. My bad for not joining recently. Nah, you good, man. I'm just happy you come by when you can. So we have this hold on, what is this? Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea, as you can obviously tell by the bottle and the color of the liquid, that I just pour into this glass, and boom, it magically turns into water. It's basically refrigerated tap water, guys, but in this economy, this is basically like a luxury. You think if I put a piece of pasta in my mouth and then I drink a ton of water, it will become soft? Hold on, I kind of want to try this. I have a little tiny piece of pasta from the jumbo shell. You think if I just kept it in like my cheek like a chipmunk, it would just like, I don't know, soften? Let's give it a try. Let's see how long it'll take. Alright. We're just gonna keep it there. You know, honestly, when it gets to the point it should, I'll let you guys know, okay? I'll let you guys know. It definitely is actually, like, getting softer, though. Isn't that kind of crazy? I did this once with a ramen packet, except it was, like, in the packet. I had, like, literally no water except for some random water that's been sitting on my desk. And so then I just, like, put it in the packet during the stream. So I'm pretty sure I did do that during the stream, didn't I? I think I did. Yes. So actually, you guys were probably quite literally there. Let me just... Chat, look at my muscles. Hold up. I have really good muscles, like, right here, which is why I'm able to flex these. But freaking... That's what happens when you have to pick up kids all day. Freaking... Hold on. Let me see if I can get... Hold on. Check these out. So my shoulder muscles are really strong. You can't see them because they're, like, right here where my shirt is. But I have really good shoulder muscles, okay? I have really good shoulder muscles, okay? It's because, again, you have to pick up kids. Ow, that kind of hurt. You have to pick up kids every day. I also have killer calf muscles, guys. If you guys ever try to fight me, you're dead. You're literally done. Unless you're like, I don't know, John Cena or like a bodybuilder or something, then I guess I'd probably be cooked. But that's okay, because you know what else is cooked? Almost cooked. Is this not spinach, cabbage. And that's the goal we're trying to get to, although it does not seem quite as close as I expect it to be. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Oh my god, this freaking hair is in my face, bruh! Alright, the pasta isn't getting soft yet, so we're just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait. So the next step is you take a pot of water with salt in it, and you put the shells in. But the thing is that we need to look at the big old, what is it called? Pan that we have. Yes. That's why they're called pots. Oh my god. Super soft. I think I just figured it out. Chat. Gang. Hear me out. Okay, we're not using this. I think I just figured it out. I always called these pans. But people call these pots. Pots. I think? Wait, hold on. Pots, pans, skillets. No, they call these skillets, right? And the thing that the cabbage is in, hold on, let me pan in over. The thing that they call these are pots. And I was always beefing with it. I was always like, why the heck are those called pots? Those are obviously pans, chat. The reason they're called pots and the reason those are called skillets is because this is the pan! Oh my god, I figured it out. I figured it out! I have been searching years for the answer to this question. I have been scouring the internet. I've been like, why do they call these pots? Why do they call these skillets? It's because they walked so the pan can run. This is the pan. This is the skillet. And this is the pot. I just put that together. God, I need to ponder over that. That's too much. That's too much. I'll be at stream, but probably won't chat too much because I'm trying to think of something. You got it. You got it. My brain during tests be like, no, for real, man, for real. When you're trying to think of something, your brain only thinks of stupid things. That's literally all you can think about. All you think about when you're getting prepared for a test is like, I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm ready for a nap. I'm ready for some food. I'm ready for a drink of water. You know, I'm starting to feel kind of sick. You know, maybe I should go out and play in the rain. Maybe I should go out and play in the sun. Maybe I should go out and do something else. Literally anything else except for the actual thing you need to focus on, which is like, I don't know, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Like anything but the Pythagorean theorem, which is what you actually need in that moment. Otherwise, you're thinking about, I wonder what they're serving for breakfast. I wonder what they're serving for lunch. Nothing good, that's for sure. Nothing good. Nothing good. You just gained 10 times IQ? From what? What method did you use to gain this? What method did you use? I kind of look like an Ace Attorney guy right now. Hold on. This is kind of fire, chat. Hear me out. Somebody edited me in as like one of those Ace Attorney judges, like doing the aggressive pointing. Objection! Objection! Me when the freaking teacher starts assigning us massive amounts of homework, so I pull out my massive... and I tell the class they have to work on it. At home. So anyways, we're making cabbage, and I think it's getting pretty close. So why don't we give it a quick try? I'm also gonna put the skillet back, which now I know why it's called a skillet. So hold up, out. By the way, the pasta is becoming softer. It's not quite there yet. It's not even al dente. But it's getting there. Oh, right, I need a pan. A pan. No, a pot. Wait. I think I got it wrong. Isn't this called a pan? I need a second opinion. Hey, Dad. Can I ask a question? What do you call this? What do you call one of those sleeping papers? Then what do you call the flat version? And the big version of this? Okay. Some people like pieces. Oh my god. I can't do this, bro. I can't do this. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to book another therapy session because my one at 4 o'clock today wasn't enough. So. I was wrong. I was really wrong. I used to just call them all pan, pan, and pan. Now that's the average answer because low-key, nobody knows. Nobody knows. They all disagree. One of my other messages said, sometimes they do that. I said I banged my head in the wall 50 times when you asked how did I get the 10 times IQ stuff. Average YouTube filter. I was... Bum 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 bum. I can see it in the reflection. The pan. So chat, hear me out. I asked my parents. This is supposedly a pan. So that's cohesive. No. Yeah, this is a pan. No. This is supposed to be the pan. Wait. No. Okay, so this is what they said. This is a sheet. A cookie sheet. This is a cookie sheet. Okay? Number 1. This is a skillet. Chat, can you spell that out? I bet you can't. No, look, yeah, I can't either, so this is a skillet, okay? This is a pan. Now, everybody's main question, well then, what is a pot? What's a pot? Well, besides being a drug that people sell, it is this! 2 handles, you usually cook soup in it. 2 handles. Lots of depth to it. You cook soup in it, okay? Okay? Everybody understand? Did that make sense to everybody? Every pony? That makes sense? Skillet, good job. You're the one person in the chat room who's probably got at least past 5th grade. I'm just kidding. Past, what, like 10th grade probably? I don't know when this thing is supposed to be done, but I'm having a feeling it's supposed to be... Why am I... can't breathe? Lock in. I need to like cough. And I don't know why. But literally you can see like the struggle, bruh. Alright, I'm sick and tired of this. So I'm gonna hold on, what do I need? Tongs! Now that luckily doesn't have 5 different names, all it's a similar thing. Now the only difference between tongs and something similar is that you got the salad grabber thingies. I don't know what these called, salad tongs, I don't know. And then you got tongs. Tongs! Yahoo! Alright, yeah. So how this is going to, I can't close the drawer. I can't. I'm quite literally failing. Hold on, chat, give me a second. Anyways, that never happened. How this is going to work is we use these lovely little doodads. Not for hot dog flipping, turning, not flipping. We use for this, which is our spinach. But we did not realize that we had that in too much time. Hello, welcome back, Jeff the Killer. Same here sometimes. I feel like I just can't breathe for a while. I can't do anything but wait till I can breathe. Exactly! See, this is the place. I wonder if I should use... Chat, should we use oven mitts? Low-key, I feel like we're too goated for that. You know what I mean? Oven mitts are for people who can't handle the heat. And I can handle the heat. So look. This is cabbage. It's pretty pliable. I think if we wait a bit longer, let's just separate it for now. So we've got this huge hunk of it, you know, the big leaves. We're just gonna like, I don't know, like take it apart a little bit. Are there 2 leaves in this? Holy moly, there aren't, chat. Look at how big this one is. This one looks like a stuffed shell in and of itself. Look at that. What? It covers my whole face. It's also kind of pretty. Are they kind of majestic? Chat, is this what people say when they say nature's majestic? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, though, because I'm looking at food instead. Alright, I'm going to put the lid back on as it's supposed to, but we're going to keep an eye on it this time, because the second I left last time, everything started exploding. So we're just going to make sure that nothing happens to it. We don't go and check on our parents or anything like that, because that seems like the time it always explodes. You join into a big amount of chaos and insanity. That is the goal. That is the goal. I'm gonna drink another water and hopefully, the pasta in my mouth can soften more. Let me see it. Let me see it. Bro. Why is it literally al dente? It's like tiny little pieces of it, but it worked. What? Hold on. I have a bigger piece. I can't make any promises that this will not crack because it already has a huge crack in it, but I'm gonna put it in the side of my mouth and see if I can keep it being a tiny, like a big piece, and it like becomes soft because of like the water I drink, you know? Chat, ready? This cheek water. Soften, eat. Comprendo? Okay? That was really loud. My bad. Oh my goodness. Another thing we should get started while we're here is look at the recipe really quick and what it says. What it says, which I did not have to look up. Chat, is this real? Salted hold on, it just reloaded. In a large pot, which this is a pot. Oh wait, no, the pot is the big one. Wait, right? What is this? Is this a pan? Is this a pan or a pot, chat? This is a pan. We're using a pan. We're going against the status quo, okay? Actually, we might want to get a bigger one. These shells are pretty big. Yeah, let's get the pot actually. Or should we get a pan? Just a bigger pan. Hold on. Alright. Now that was just a tiny bit loud, but you know what? That's okay. Sacrifices need to be made for greatness. And my ears will be the sacrifice. This will be the vessel. Okay? This is how big a shell is compared to it. It'll hold all of them. It'll hold all of them. We need to measure them out. Remember the one girl? Still haven't talked to me or anything since my friend told them, but guess what? What? What's up? What's up, man? Lay it on me. What's up? Hold on, wait. Let me like... I think shells go in this pan, I'm pretty sure. This is like the deep brown one that I use. Let me lay these out to make sure that they'll fit. Whoa! This one's ready for filling, bruh! Put my stuff in the shell. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Back up. That's a... Shh. Shh. Gang. I wonder how many shells I'm supposed to put on this. But honestly... I think as long as I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think as long as I do 15, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. Okay. And we'll make an extra one so we can eat it on stream because I like doing that. That's fun. Very fun. Alright, the shell is slowly getting softer. But guess what? I have an idea. It may not work, but there's a chance there is. So one of the girl's friends, right? I say something to them and stuff. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah. Hell yeah. No guarantee, always no guarantee. But as long as it's not illegal, harassment, or abuse, or whatever the hell, I don't know, illegal things. Or whatever the heck, my bad. Illegal things. You're good. As long as it's not morally gray, you're fine. Alright, let's add a few more shells in there just to just spice it up. I say as I add a whole sum of like 4, 5, my bad. Alright, we'll do 5 shells, okay guys? 5 shells. You know, I think you can already tell that the way I'm speaking is already getting better because the shell in my cheek is softening from the freaking water I drank. From the water I drank? Hold on, why are these like conjoined, bro? Women be like? Look at this. I would know. Look at that. My bad. Because, like, you know, I'm really close with my girls, or whatever. And we, like, hold on. This is actually maybe a little bit too much. Hold on. I'm gonna break it! Look at this. No! Oh, wait. I might be able to use that still. Alright, you know what? Let's just do it. That'll be my little snack. It doesn't fly away from me at 5 billion miles per hour. Good lord. Good lord. Oh, maybe I shouldn't then. Just kidding, just kidding. Good lord, man. Good lord. Nah, you'll be good. You'll be good. Alright, hold on. Oh, look! Oh my gosh! It's like probably done. I'll just turn off the burner. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I told my parents that we're using cabbage in the filling, and they were like, but I think it'll be good. I think they're just haters. You know what? They're just haters. And we don't need any of those. So they just keep hating. But I'm going to keep rating my food out of 10 by 10. 10 out of 10. My bad. But if I just do a poem or something, ChatGPT will just carry. Bro, if the girl you want is a teenager, she's gonna know that is ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Really easy to follow. Make it yourself, but get inspiration from ChatGPT if you need it. That way it does like most, like, you know, some of the work, but you still do it enough that people don't realize, you know what I mean? Hold on. Oh my gosh. The shell is actually getting much more pliable, which is actually kind of cool. Alright. So chat, how this is going to work, for anybody curious, because you're currently staring at my freaking, sink? Yes, I'm going to do the orange trick. Yeah, the orange trick! The orange trick is always goated, man. No matter what you do, women love food, okay? I would know. Not because I'm gay. I'm not gay. Oh, wait, shit, I wasn't supposed to put, no. I wasn't supposed to put the shell in until it's boiling. Do I just, like, leave it in there, or? I should probably fish it out. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Let me just, like, yep, back in there you go. Wow, that was a really great time of cooking that one shell, guys. Well, stream's over. Anyone here have an orange? I do not, man. My family has no fruit, bro. We did, but I ate it all. That's why. I have lemon juice, but I have a feeling that would have the opposite effect of what you would want. Just a sneaking suspicion. Whoa! 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 Wait. If you have a shell in your cheek, you can make a weird whistling noise. You hear the difference? Like when I go down, trying to be smooth, it like has a sudden shift. Cool! Wait, hold on. Wow! chat. Can we check me into someplace? You know, I need to go to one of those kid museums where they have like the little things you can build with, and you can like shop around using groceries. I would love to do that. I should also, yeah, there's like this kid museum I went to when I was really young. Best kid museum. Maybe I should go there again. I think they'd kick me out. They'd be like, yo, who are you? You were not a kid. In fact, I'm 18 now. They can like kick me out. They'll be like, yeah, that's illegal, pedophile. Get out of here. I'm not. I swear. Just really mature, actually. I'm immature, my bad. Fun fact, if you put water in your mouth and tilt your head, it goes into your cheek, which was where the shell is. Sounds like an airplane? That's the goal. Alright, wait. I switched the cheek. Listen to this. You can literally hear it go away. Hold on. Oh, it's not in this one. Hold on. Back in the other one. It's like the lower you go, the more it interferes, which is interesting. I wonder why it's only when you go lower, because like I can go really high. Hold on, wait. I can sound like a train whistle. Hold on, give me a second. Oh wait, I never turned the burner on. Alright, we did that. Hold on. I can't do it as well right now because I have like a jumbo shell stuffed in my cheek. But you know what? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Ow, it's kind of like hurting really bad. That was low-key kind of painful, chat. I'm not. Ow. It's low-key kind of painful sometimes. Excuse me. I switch it every once in a while. So if you hear the accent change to a slightly different accent, that's why. It's in this cheek now. My left one. I just put water on the burning stove top. Am I cooked? I think I'm cooked. But you know what? That's okay because I almost got cooked alive the other time. So you know what? It's not as bad as that. We're gonna take some of these paper towels and put them on this pan over here, which is kind of hard to see, but that's okay. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take the leaves of cabbage, and we're going to put them in this. Is this a smart idea? Now that I think it through for more than half a second, I don't think it is. But that's okay, because we can just deal with it afterward, okay? Why am I grabbing this with that? Hold up. Hold up, gang. Something's not right. Oh, I need to put this on here! So this has like a pan that catches water and paper towels that absorb the water. And then we take this over here. And then we take the pan, the pot, the lid off, and we put it on the side. And then we take these. Oh my god, chat, we've never steamed vegetables before. We just did that. Oh! Oh! We did it! We did it! What am I trying to do now? Oh, the burner's off. It's good. I'm just gonna let it sit there. I'm literally just gonna let it sit there, chat. There's no purpose. There's no purpose. We're fine. We're fine. Wow. What are we still cooking? We just finished steaming the cabbage. And we're getting ready to start on the jumbo shell noodle thingies. Yes. It's a quite fast recipe. However, it's much slower when you're streaming. It's like cooking streamers say, like literally all of them, they're like, it takes 2 times as much time on stream. It really does. It takes a lot more time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Anyways, I mean, they are mostly trying to make an airplane sound with a piece of pasta, but kind of cooking. Yes, I am cooking. Even if I wasn't technically cooking, as people describe it nowadays, however people describe it, I'm still cooking with this noise. Hold on. It literally, hold on. It's in this side now. Is it just me, or am I staying at the same pitch? It changes. Hold on. Listen. You weren't here just a second ago, but listen to this. You hear the difference? It's so weird. Hi, dog. There's a dog right here. Look at this. We're trying to see if it can become like al dente based on the slow amount, like the small amounts of water I drink. Fuck, don't do that. God damn! I mean, gosh darn. I need to be better at that. Wow! I need to go, but I'll be back in like half an hour, maybe 1 hour. Alrighty. But anyways, have a good day, and tomorrow if I don't see you, see everyone. Bye, oh my god, thank you for stopping by. Very, very nice chat. I'm glad we got to chat up. Catch up. Oh wait, chat up is actually kind of a fire lyric. Catchphrase. Saying. Yes, saying. I like that word. This is my saying. Do not try to steal it from me, or you will be sued. Honestly, try to steal it from me. That would be a really good clickbait title. Really good clickbait title. But good luck with your womans, man. Good luck with your womans. You be good. I believe in it. I believe in it. I mean women's in a singular version, but just with an S at the end for the dramatic effect. Wait! I need to add salt to the water. Chat. So you can see the jet engine firing up there. Although I should not say that. That's just tragic. We are going to put salt in it. But I've learned my lesson. Not too much. So that's it. That's all. And then we're just gonna like hit one of those. And then put that to the side and wait for it to boil. Oh my gosh, it's like a little tornado. Chat, hold on, check this out. Alright, you ready, gang? Hold on. Wait, where am I going? Hold on. What is going on? Bruh. Oh wait, it's stuck on the corner. Wait. Look. Oh my goodness. It's doing the thing. Alright, we're turning this down. Alright, now we put our shells in. Why do they float? Oh, if they go upside down, they won't. Hold on, watch this. So I put it upside down, watch. It sinks. But if I put it right side up, it floats. Oh my god! So chat, I learned that scared me really bad. Oh my gosh. I learned about buoyancy, like literally yesterday. This goes crazy. Okay? This goes crazy. Can I like, thank you. Alright. Salt water makes them more buoyant because salt water is denser. Did you know that? You probably should. Alright, I'm sick and tired of adding these one by one. Ah! I just launched one! Just launched one all the way over there. I just, like, threw it really aggressively. Alright, hold on, watch this. Haha. And they both go down? No, it's still floating, unfortunately. Alright. So this one's left standing, so we're just gonna... Yep. Boom! Look! I left them neatly there. So we're gonna set Alexa, set a 5-minute timer. I'm gonna turn this back up.
5 minutes. Starting now.
Usually it only takes around 5 minutes for them to get al dente on high. But I want to make sure they're a little bit, like, they need to be al dente, but they need to be, like, more dente than al, if that makes sense. I hope I have that the right way around, but basically they need to be slightly more crunchy than al dente. So, for now, you might be like, what should we do? We have cabbage. We need to get all the water off of it and chop it up. So, this little fiasco we have over here. I hope that doesn't die. I heard a method that if you put the wooden spoon on top, it won't overflow. Well, let's give it a shot. If it overflows, we know it's not true. If it doesn't overflow, then we know it's true. It's the perfect example of a hypothesis. So, we're going to move all this stuff right under here by the camera, if you're wondering where we are. We're right under here. Okay? Okay? So how this is going to work, look at this. We have the cabbage in here. We're just going to dump it right here. And we're going to pat it out on all of these, okay? It is quite, you can just rip it really easily. Check this out. That's a piece of cabbage. Really easy to rip. Really easy to rip. So it's quite ready to go in the stuffing. Okay, the stuffing. My gigantic stuffing. Stuffer. Anyways, so we pat it down like this. Okay, you're gonna compress it like you're a chiropractor giving somebody the worst back pain of their life, but it's for the best relief back pain, if that makes sense. It's basically chiropractic, honestly, I swear. I go there sometimes because I have hip issues. Bruh. Freaking best, worst experience of my life, I swear. Best experience, worst experience of my life. Actually. Genuinely. Alrighty. So we patted this one dry, too. How many more do we need to pat dry? You ask anxiously, as you really do not want to watch this for 3 more leaves. We have 2 more. 2 more. Alright. This is one of the 2, by the way. So chat, I'm thinking about what if we tried something like making a book series? You know? I watched again, like I said earlier, I watched Hamilton in my class, and one of my favorite songs from that, because I admittedly I am a theater kid, is Non-Stop. And basically for all my non-theater kids or people who just haven't watched Hamilton pretty much, is, and no shade. I understand. I've never technically watched Hamilton. I just listened to the soundtrack pretty much. It's pretty much, you guys know a bit about Alexander Hamilton. He basically was like one of the founding fathers. He, did a lot for making our government as it is today, and, all that habab, shabab, I don't know, whatever, kebab, who knows. But, there's a song that focuses on him and how he's so motivated, and how he, is, non-stop. Like, he's constantly moving, he's constantly writing, he's constantly doing stuff. Chat, that's what life, for me, is gonna be like, okay? I'm constantly gonna be doing random things. Random, fun, interesting things, okay? Constantly gonna be so motivated, but I want to be the type of person who, if I have, a hobby, I'm doing it for, if I ever needed an extra side hustle or career. Does that make sense? If I want to do photography, I'd learn everything about photography from professionals and stuff. You know? That's the goal, honestly. That's the dream, you know what I mean? Chat, is that relatable? What do you guys think about your hobbies? Are you guys have a lot of hobbies, or do you focus more on one thing in particular? Because I'm somebody who has a lot of hobbies. Like, genuinely a lot of hobbies. And streaming is one of them. But it is becoming more and more prevalent as it goes on, for sure. For sure. I was like, how can I take my gaming to the next level? Well, streaming. Stream. Of course, it's not a new idea in my brain. I've been trying to do this thing for years. And it's stuck on. It's stuck on like a little roach scrambling to get money from somebody who's like wealthy or something. Except that's me. That's me. But I'm gonna become the rich one, you know? Alexa, stop. Thank you. Let's just finish this really quick, okay? I'm just basically dicing this. If y'all know what that is, that's basically where you cut horizontal and then you cut vertical. No, you cut horizontal one way and then you cut horizontal the other way, I think. I don't know, one of those is correct. Take your choosing, okay? I really hope I'm cutting these small enough, but I have a nasty, stinky, smelly, sweaty feeling that I am cutting these way too big for what they should be. I'll come back to that in a second. We need to check if these are al dente. Alright. Let's see this, chat. Let's see this, okay? We're getting ready. So, let's bring you guys over here so you can get a closer look. This is the bubbling water, because it is currently on medium-high, as you can see. We just take this out. Actually, let's see if we can find one of those smaller pieces, maybe. Well, actually, they have quite a bit of jumbo shells, so let's just take this one, for example. It doesn't look too whole. Now, let's just put it on the side, like right here. Okay, right here. Okay, this is our little test subject. I'm turning off the burner. I can already tell it's where it needs to be. Now I press it. It seems pretty al dente. Let's cut into it. A good sign that it's pretty slippery. Alright, it gives a little bit of resistance. That's good. Alright, chat. The noodles are ready. I mean, the shells are ready. Now, whenever you're faced with the dilemma of, well, what do I do now? Always just take your strainer and strain it. Okay? That is quite literally all you need to do, chat. Like, that is quite literally all. Okay? That is literally it. I'm probably gonna have to put this right by the sink. So, I'm gonna find a place for this really quick. This might be a little bit harder than I thought. That's pretty good. Alright, and then you just take the pot full of shells and water, and you put it where the strainer is. So I just pick it up with probably 2 hands, because this is a pretty big pan, not pot, my bad. Ow. It's kind of painful, I'm not even gonna lie. Alright. Now, I know that was probably a little bit harder to see than I intended it to be. But, as you can see, there are no more shells in the pot, otherwise they'd be falling down onto the floor. However, there are shells in here. Now, I'm pretty sure it said to put olive oil on them, but let me double check that really quick before I just, shove a whole pint of it on them. Let's check. Herm. Drain and jizz. Whoa. Do what? Alright. Drain and drizzle with a little olive oil to keep them from sticking together. There. And then we do the filling. Chat, are you ready? So let's take this olive oil. Let me show you guys Should I do this? Oh, I guess I could just, probably not in the same pot it was in. Hold on. This is pretty. I'm going to the original pot we had for steaming vegetables right now. And I'm just kind of seeing how hot it is. It's not too hot. Whoa! Hey, so guys, if you ever boil steam cabbage, it seems to have some type of interesting color for the water when you're done. It's a little bit hard to see, but it kind of looks like a bunch of pee. It's interesting. Should we drink it and find... Should we drink the pee? Alright, we'll pour it down the sink. So we're going to put the jumbo shells in this, okay? So let's move this, because that might explode. Let's move this and put it right here, okay? Right here, I'm also going to just move that to the side a bit. There we go. Let's put the jumbo shells in. I'm just getting a bit of extra water. And then let's bring them over. ASMR. Alright. I'm putting the strainer on the counter because, low-key, what else to do with it? Alright. Now we need to drizzle it with a little olive oil, okay? We need to oil it up. Oil up the shell. Now we just literally just hit it with a little bit of that. That's quite a lot. But you know what? That's okay. We love everything a little bit oiled up. A little bit too much, perhaps. You can never oil up something too much. Don't take that out of context. Whole purpose. Also, the pasta in my mouth is actually almost quite literally al dente. It might actually be going past it pretty soon. It smells a lot like olive oil, but you know what? That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Alright! So the next question is, what are we doing now? We're doing more of this, okay? We need to make sure these are really small pieces. So we're just quite literally cutting it. But let me cut on this side so it's a bit easier for you guys to see. But pretty much, you just want to cut it into really small portions. That way it's like, I don't know, really... I'm sick and tired of this. So we're resorting to this method. Gang, this might actually be a good method. Look at that. Oh my goodness, hello dog. My dog just flew down the stairs. Just literally flew, bro. Bro's Dumbo. Big eye ears. So yeah, if we literally just cut the vegetables, and also do a little bit of the, I think we'll be good. Okay, chat? I think we'll be good. Okay? I think we'll be fine. It's just we have a little bit of some big pieces, and we just need to make sure that we get those out of the way. You know what I mean? We just need to make sure that we get those out of the way, okay? It's not too hard. You just do it, and then you just lock in. That's all you do. You just need to quite literally just lock in. As soon as you lock in, you're locked in for life, guys. I unironically told my, I think I told my therapist, no, I have told this to my therapist before. I was sitting in my architecture class, and I was, just kind of sitting there, and all of a sudden my teacher goes, hey, everybody come to the front, we need to talk about something, and we're currently all working on individual houses for clients and stuff. And so then she talks to us, and she's like, hey, I got your guys' plans, we need to talk about some things, there were some issues I saw, just basically basic stuff. Hey, you guys need to learn some more stuff about houses, and, retouch up on the basics. And so then after I receive, what she was handing out was these papers with notes on them that she gave. And I have this really, it's one of the more complicated ones I've worked on, but to be fair, I haven't really worked on very many houses because, I'm an architecture student, not an architect. Because, that's kind of like a protected profession. You can't say that unless you're accredited. But anyways, I was like, hey, I want some advice, if you will. What should I do about this staircase? Because I have limited space for it, and I have kind of, the next floor is overlapping a bit with the walls. So basically, like, as you were coming up the stairs, the wall would be directly above you. So I was like, is there enough headroom? Do you know that? And should I move it? And she's like, yeah, I think you're fine there. What you should be worried about is this door opening and stuff. And I was like, okay, sounds good. Sounds good. And so then we just kind of talked for a little bit more about some miscellaneous stuff, you know, just kind of other stuff in my house that I kind of needed some help with. And at the end, she was like, okay, well, if that's all, you know, go back to working, you know, get back on task, blah, 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 all the basic stuff. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go lock in. She gave me the most dumbfounded look of my life. Like, my architecture teacher was like, what the heck does that mean? And I was like, oh my god, bro, I'm actually fried. I'm like, she's like literally my favorite teacher, and I think she likes me a lot. And freaking, she was terrified. Like, not even terrified, she was just disappointed in a way, it kind of looked like. But she was like confused more than anything. You know what I mean? Like, she was just confused, like really confused. I was like, also, chat, if you're wondering what we're doing, this is actually working. It just does not look like it, okay? It does not look like it, but it is working, I swear, chat, it is quite literally working. I have never seen her look so confused in her life, like, seriously. She's pretty hip. She's pretty hip. She looks great for her age. She's an amazing teacher, and she's pretty hip, but I don't think she was that hip. I didn't even mean to say it. I freaking knew she wouldn't know what it meant. But I said it anyways because of my lapse of judgment. I just said it to her. And she really just looked at me like a little brother trying to understand what the older brother is saying. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's enough for me today. I just sat back down at my desk and I just locked in. I did what I said. But it took me a bit because I was like, bro, I just literally said that to my teacher. And she was like, what? What does locked in mean, guys? And I call my teachers chat sometimes too. I almost called one of my teachers dad the other day. That would have been pretty embarrassing, not gonna lie, because he's like the farthest away from a dad figure. He like literally says he wants to kick children all the time. Loki, perfect role model. Perfect role model. I don't know why. That was an interesting one. That was an interesting one. Alright, I think this is actually getting pretty good, but I think it's still too... Some parts of it are still too big, I have a feeling. I'm just gonna do this for a bit. Yeah, see, because then I find parts like this that just need to be split apart a little bit. But nah, that was the first time I accidentally said I'm a lock in to one of my teachers. I was on a call with my therapist one time. And freaking, you know, she was just kind of, we were just kind of talking and stuff, and we were talking about, you know, attention, and, you know, how it's kind of hard to, you know, pay attention to stuff. This was today, I told her this. And I was like, yeah, sometimes, you know, I lock in on architecture, so, you know, somehow, for some reason, it's hard to get me not paying attention to that. And she's like, well, it makes sense. And then she kind of paused, and she looked at me kind of funny. She was like, lock in. Like, brother, what is this terminology? And it's funny, especially when you're in that type of situation where you're talking about something like really mature and deep, and then all of a sudden you drop the lingo and they're like, what? Like, what does that mean? They're like, do you want to talk about it? No, it's just a term, I swear. Oh, do you want to talk about your phone usage? You seem to be quite on there a lot if you're pulling up all this new terminology, you know? I'm very sorry. I did not mean to say it. I really did not mean to say it, okay? She genuinely was kind of concerned too, though. Like, I'm wondering, is something similar to that, like some lingo that they used back in the day? Because they genuinely seem kind of alarmed when you say it around them. And I mean, like, in general, adults. Like, when you say lock in around them, in general, quite a lot of adults, they just become concerned. But from what I can see, they do that for a lot of brain-rotten terms nowadays, you know? I guess it's just because it's so weird, you know? Like, Sigma boy! Like, that's a really weird term. Brain-rot term. But I mean, they had it back then. It's just not as poignant today because we have social media and they don't. That's the only difference. I mean, if they had social media back then, it would probably be just as bad. Just as bad. And then we would be tons of times worse. So, we just finished doing this. This is the cabbage. Now, chat. Oh my gosh. The pasta in my mouth has become al dente. Chat, take a look at this. Take a look at this. Ready? It's literally al dente. It literally tastes disgusting. It tastes disgusting. By the way, this is the shell we picked out. Let's eat it. Mmm. Al dente. Ow. Boom! 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 And that is 2 out of 3 things that we need to do done. So, the question is, everybody asks, what is the third thing that needs to be done? And why can it not be done faster? Well, this is not including the cooking time. But, if I look at my thing, it says we need to combine what we just cut up with ricotta cheese, parmesan, garlic, oregano, lemon zest, red pepper flakes, salt, and several grinds of pepper. I do not have lemon zest. Alexa, what can I substitute for lemon zest? I tried lemon juice and she said no, so let's see if she has a better answer this time. Wow, she really doesn't like me. Alexa, what is a substitute for lemon zest?
If you do not have lemon zest available, you can use lemon verbena, lemon balm, or lemon thyme instead. These herbs all have a lemon
What?
flavor and can be used
Lemon.
with
Oh, lemon balm. I was like, lemon balm. Like, bro, I'm not over here trying to construct a bomb to eat it. Like, what? Bro, out here tweaking. I'm not doing that. So she said lemon thyme? Chat. Who has lemon thyme? That's such a random ingredient. I think we might just have to forego it, chat. I'm not gonna lie. We don't have any lemony, limey things. We don't. So let's see what else we have. So we need red pepper flakes, salt, pepper. We have salt and pepper. We just need red pepper flakes? Yeah, okay, that's interesting. And is that it? Is that quite literally it? Yeah, that's the only spices we need. I wonder if we'll have red pepper flakes. So guys, take a look at this cabinet, okay? I'm gonna move y'all a bit closer so y'all can see it, okay? And also move this rug. Move the rug. You can go as far as the charging cord will let us. So let's see how far it'll let us go today, okay? Oh, pretty far. Wow. Okay, I'm kind of impressed. So, if I grab you very aggressively, and I shove you in a cabinet, hold on, I move the tongs out of the way, and then I shove you in a cabinet. This is our cabinet. Our lovely cabinet. As you can see, miscellaneous baking supplies, chocolate chip cookies, melting chocolate that I haven't used in years. This is our spice. As you can see, we have many spices such as organic ground coriander, minced onion, garlic powder, salt and pepper, whatever. Bay leaves too, which are actually quite helpful. Actually quite handy, if you will. We have quite a few things in here, but I don't think we have red pepper is the issue. Hold on. Red pepper. I think it would be in here. So there's this thing that we have where you can have like tons of seasonings and stuff that are kind of a bit more unconventional, as well as our yeast. This is usually where we keep like taco seasonings and stuff, which my family uses way too much of. We use too much of it, way too much. Alright, it's not in here, so I'm assuming where it is it could be on the second shelf. My bad, I just hit the camera. I just hit the camera very aggressively. It's kind of high up. Wait, chili powder. Oh, shoot. I thought that was what I was looking for. We're not gonna have quite as much Sorry. This is, hold on, yeah. That's pretty much it. We're gonna have to substitute a few things. I just realized I left all of these spices out on the counter, and I kind of need to put them back. And there they go. Never to be seen again is what their fate is. Ah, I just accidentally dropped it for a second. Oh, hold on. My bad. Alright. So how... Oh, shoot! R.I.P. gang. That was kind of tragic, not gonna lie. Wow. Tragic. Somebody put that on a Reddit story. Wow. Wow. Alright, we need a bowl, okay? We need a bowl. Now, fun fact, there's bowls in the thing that you're on currently. It's called an island. Congratulations, now you know something about architecture, but it's really more interior design. But it's also really more just common sense, I fear, and just experiencing life. But some of you probably, quite a decent amount of you probably don't have these. Bowls. This is the one we want. That is the one we shall have. The rest, this is heavier than I was expecting. They go back under. Yeah. Back under they go. Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. I'm gonna move all the cords so I don't shove them in the freaking door. That would be quite unfortunate. Alright. Now I will move you back. Congratulations, you're now back to your original spot. Almost. A little bit off, but it's okay. Oh, I was supposed to start preheating the oven like 15 minutes ago. You know what, that's fine, okay? Yeah, that's fine. What does it need to be to? I think it's 4:15. Let me see. If I'm right, this would be legendary, okay? This would be legendary. If I was right, that would be legit legendary. So how we do this is I hit bake, which also can be cook. I mean, it's just bake because, you know, you bake things in an oven, whatever. You guys get it. Go back to step 1. What does it say? 425! I was 10 degrees off. Dang. R.I.P. Alright, 425. Start. And I hit the oven light on. Again, how I did that was I hit bake, and then I put the plus to like make the temperature higher, because it usually starts at like 350, and then every time I hit the plus, it adds 5, so I just hit it until it got to 425, and then I hit the start. And then there's an oven light with a switch, and I just, and I switched it on. Always, okay, chat, listen, hear me out. Everybody can have their own opinions. But if you use your oven without your oven light on, I have beef with you. And you're like, why? Why would you have beef with something so minuscule, so unprecedented, so unimaginable, so ignorant of you? It's stupid. I like, you know, if you're looking to bake something or cook something, you should see what you're cooking. You should see what you're baking, you know? So turn the light on! Don't go without it. Don't go without it. Alright, so basically all we do is combine these. So what we're going to need is we're going to need a fourth a cup, and a bunch of teaspoons. That's what I'm seeing. So we're going to grab, again, the measurements are right here in the island, so it'll only take me like literally a second. Don't count. I'm just kidding. I know you guys can't count, so there's no point. Hold on. Alright. So we've got, introducing a fourth of a cup. I tried to do a drum roll, that didn't quite work. A bunch of teaspoons and tablespoons. Huh! One cup of poo. Mine. So now what we're gonna do is we're again gonna look at the recipe because I will actually, it's measured in ounces. Oh wait, no, that's just for the spinach. Phew! I saw my American life shine. Wait, that's American measurements. cups of ricotta cheese. Let's start there. Let's start there, chat. Do we think there's 2 cups in this? I think there is. Let's go with it. Let's go with it, okay? Let's go with it. Watch me open ricotta cheese. Ooh, we have to peel off the seal. Chat, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like it whether you want it or not. Alright. So, if you look, we're gonna slowly peel it back, okay? Watch this. Look at that. Some fresh ricotta. Is there another freaking seal? Oh no, that's the cheese. Oh, that's disgusting. Alright, time to get a cup of that. Hold on, wait, how many ounces are in this? 15 ounces? Alexa, never mind. 8 ounces are in a cup. So it all goes in. Because it's 15 ounces. And 8 times 2 is 16. Therefore, what we need is just 1 ounce more than this, and I'm too lazy to get 1 ounce more than this. So we're just doing this, okay? Oh my god. Look at this block of death. Fun fact, I am deathly allergic to this. Look at it. Look at this creature. This little... Look, it was put in this. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Look at how... It came out of this. Look at how clean. That is terrifying. It looks like Jell-O. Like, hold on. Let me just poke it. Oh my gosh, it's literally Jell-O. Look, there's like none of it is coming off. This is cheese? That is horrifying. Chat, who eats this? Who eats this? This is terrifying! Oh my gosh. What is this nasty concoction of cow? The oven might be close to preheating. We should probably get going with this monstrosity. So I'm gonna ignore it to the best of my ability, and we're gonna keep on going. Okay, we're gonna keep on going. This is our lovely little block of cheese. Oh, it's so nasty, bro. It is literally so disgusting. Oh my gosh. So disgusting. Oh my gosh. I can't look at it, bro. I swear. I have never seen something so ratty in my life. Hold on, wait. I need to go and query the audience. Alright. The council has decided your fate. And the fate is using 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Okay, so the recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic, and you shugga, which is like grating them. That's like the sound effect it makes, if that makes sense. So we're using minced garlic. Oh my god, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. So you take your minced garlic, okay? Chat, let's get a close up of this. You just really get in there. You get a whole thing of it, just like that, and you just put it in. Why does it do that, bro? It's nasty. Disgusting. It's so weird. Ew. Ew! Alright, you know what? That's good. That's fine. That's okay. Ugh. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Okay. I love it. I love it so much. I love minced garlic, chat. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I could eat like a whole cup of it. You don't believe me? I'll do it at the end of the stream. I'll do it. Just to prove myself. Alright, so we need 1/4 cup of Parmesan. So, chat, I did not get out 1/4 cup. Actually, I lied. As I said that, I just remembered. I did in fact get out a cup of a fourth a cup. Yes. So this is supposed to be, what is it? Pecorino cheese. But that's okay because it's Parmesan and it's close enough. Okay? We don't have pecorino cheese, so we're just using this. Okay? It's good. It's a good cheese. So we just take a fourth a cup of this. This is shredded Parmesan cheese, by the way. I bet you guys haven't seen too much of this. And we just... Gorgeous. Isn't this the most gorgeous little thing you've ever seen? I love how it's all just piled. Delicious. Delicious. And it wants me to sprinkle it, so we're just going to keep it on the table. On the table, okay? As long as it's on the table, it has a possibility of being in the recipe. So we also need to put this. See this, chat? Put, these. Hold on, let me move this. This, which is what we cut into it as well. So, I'm not exactly sure. 5 ounces of fresh spinach. That's like not a full cup. So, okay, if 8 ounces is 1 cup, 5 out of 8 is, each one is 0.125, so that's what? 1.25? No, 0.125, my bad, times 5. 5, carry the 2. 12. 6. 6 something 5. So it's just barely over half of a cup is basically what I'm getting. Basically what I'm getting. It's just barely over half a cup. So we're just going to take this, and that looks like pretty much barely over half of a cup. I mean, maybe a little. Oh shit, I did not. I mean, my bad, not shit. Shoot. I just said it again. That's not very good. I need to do a stream one time where every time I curse, I just do something, and that way I'll stop doing it. So basically, this is a bit over half, so we're just gonna, boom! There we go, and a little bit more, because some of it got stuck on the sides. Alrighty, so next what we need is, oh, we actually need dried oregano, question mark? I didn't know that we did that. 3/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt plus more, can I get this off of my hands, bro? Off of my hands. I am currently reading from the recipe, and it says what we need is, yes, we do need oregano. I completely missed that when we were going through it. My website needs to verify I'm human, so now I cannot see anything. Give me a second to get back to my place. 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. So chat. Hold on, I think oregano's right here. Yes, it is. 1 teaspoon, I said? Why does it keep reloading? That really peeves me. Really bad. Alright, 1 teaspoon! 1 teaspoon. Alright, this is a teaspoon, chat. Are you ready? Are you ready? So again, what you do is you quite literally just take this, which is the teaspoon, and you just kind of do that. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just pour the oregano into the teaspoon, and after you do that, you just boom! Wow, we're such great chefs, honestly. You know, I think we should go on, what is it called, Hell's Kitchen? The show? And we should just cook. And I think Gordon Ramsay would proclaim me like an heir. He would just get rid of all of his kids. He would be like, you know what? I don't even need kids anymore to fulfill my legacy. I'll be like the next heir to the Gordon Ramsay empire. You know? That's who I'd be because I'm so good at cooking. That way, I can just, I don't know, be good at my job. We need 3/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt and freshly ground black pepper. I like how they give a really specific thing for the salt, but not the pepper. I honestly appreciate it because I always put way too much salt in everything. Like, literally everything. Oh, it needs sea salt. I just got regular salt. Hold on, chat. Hold on. It literally... My bad. Just things. So, we have the sea salt right here. And we need, what do we need again? A 3/4 of a teaspoon. That's not a measurement that I have. So I'm just going to take a teaspoon and just fill it up 3/4 of the way, okay? That's all. That's all. So we take this and we just fill it up 3/4, okay? That wasn't very smart. Is that 3/4? I don't think that is. I think it's too much. Let me pour a bit of it out. Alright, that's pretty good, I'd say, so we're just gonna throw it on some other things, it seems, and then we put it in. Wow, congratulations, we put that in. Now we're gonna put some pepper on it. Okay, we're putting some pepper on it now. See? We have this handy dandy little machine, which is basically, if you grind it, it puts pepper out, and you can make it in different sizes. So I'm gonna put it on the smallest one if I can remember how to move this properly. There we go, now it's on the smallest one. If you look close, there's an arrow, which is that little triangle right there, and then below it is like a small dot. Basically means the smallest. So then we just take this and we just twist it. And then it means it's small. I like doing it like this because this is just faster, honestly. But a lot of people like doing it like this too. Which honestly, to each their own. Each person has their own different method. This is my method. And I like to put quite a decent bit in. Because, you know, pepper's honestly so underrated. It really is underrated as a spice. Pepper's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we have pretty much everything. Yeah, we have pretty much everything, chat. So it says, yeah, ricotta, we got that. Parmesan, yeah. Garlic, yeah. Oregano, yeah. We don't have zest or red pepper flakes. Salt, yeah. And several grinds of pepper. Yeah. So, we mix it all up. Now, I'm not a big fan of wasting dishes. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this for stirring it, okay? Let's just go ahead and do one of these. Let me show you guys this while I do this. Okay, let me show you guys because I know you guys are dying to see this monstrosity of a cheese get mixed into a bowl. It's actually genuinely terrifying to look at. Hold on, I'm trying to become ambidextrous. I should do this with my left hand. Oh, I accidentally just knocked down something. I don't know what I knocked down. Oh, it was the ricotta thingy mabobber. The plastic container. Alright, hold on. So, if you basically just like, this is hard to mix, I'm not even gonna lie. No wonder stuffed shells have such a thick filling. This cheese is like jello. Like, literally, it is quite literally just jello, bro. Look at this. Can I get really, look, real close into the bowl, okay? Real close into the bowl is where you're at. That's where you're at, chat. Okay? This is where we are. This is where we are. Now, the more I mix this, the better you'll be able to see everything kind of just mesh together. You can also hear it. You can hear it really well, I bet. Hold on, wait. Let me shut up. Give you guys some ASMR. Here, get a better look at the monstrosity that is whatever this is. It literally sounds, as you can hear, and looks, as you can see, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, okay? Like, absolutely rancid. But I can tell it's gonna be good, because I am just very, very against all kinds of cheeses, because, you know, I'm kind of allergic to them. But that's okay. Take a look at this. It kind of looks like dried up wet cat food, but that's okay because that's how it always looks every time I eat stuffed shells, so you know what? We're good. We're locked in, chat. I'm pretty sure we're locked in. By the way, check out my jawline. Hold on. You know, people say they look bad from a lower angle, not me. I'ma steal your wife. I'ma steal your wife. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, watch out. I'm a wife stealer. But I'm not gay. There's a difference. Alright, anyways. So how we do this next is I'm pretty sure it says spreading marinara sauce on the bottom of the pan on the baking dish is what it says. So it says, spread the marinara on the bottom of a 9x13 baking dish. Stuff each shell with the filling and place in the dish. Cover with foil and bake for 20 minutes. Serve with more marinara on the side. So wait, we might need to measure the pan that we got out. Let me go get the meter stick. 9x13 it says. 9x13. I don't think we'll have one of those, but you know what? It's always good to see. It's always good to see what we have. You know? So this is what we're working with, chat. This is what we're working with, okay? We have this. Oh, wow, that actually is like 9 inches. Wow! Is this 13 inches? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is! Chat, this is the literal perfect size. Oh my gosh, are we rich now? Holy moly. I have never had that happen in my career. Because I'm a chef. Okay? So chat, what we do is we're going to get a spatula, okay? And I like the smaller spatulas, but we're going to get this one, okay? This is like an autumn one. I like orange. Orange is the best color. No other colors are allowed in the chat, okay? No other colors. Orange is the best one. Do not tell me your favorite color. You will get banned. You will be immediately banned. That is all. So it says to spread on marinara sauce, and this is like Prego traditional sauce. I mean, that's like marinara, right? No. It should be. It should be. We don't have any other type of sauce. So that's it. Spread the marinara on the bottom of a blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Pretty much. It says 2 cups of marinara sauce, so I guess we should measure it. So let's just pat this cup out, because this has stuff in it. Let me just take the little bits and pieces out of this so we can use it really quick. Actually, hold on. Let me just... Chat, what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly wash out this little measuring cup. That way, it's a little bit easier to use in the next 5 seconds. Don't count. Yeah! Wow! That was amazing. Chat, that was the best feat of cooking I have ever done in my life. Do not ask me to make a creme brulee or a souffle, please. So, we go ahead and we just kind of wipe this off. Because, you know... Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, that's all I have to say. We're going to keep this paper towel over here because, I don't know, we're probably going to need it. So, basically, 2 cups of this. Okay? 2 cups of this. So, let's go ahead and prepare, okay? We have our pan over here, which I'll pan the camera here in just a second. Ha! See what I did there? So, let me move this up and a bit to the side. So how this is going to work is we're going to put the marinara on the bottom of the pan and then stuff the shells and place them very carefully, okay? Very, very, very carefully. You've got to be careful. Careful. Stop! Be careful. Good Lord. Y'all are so inconsiderate or immature. I don't know. What is inconsiderate and not careful? I don't know. I'm just filling this up with marinara sauce, bruh. Bruh. So, hear me out, chat. This looks like marinara sauce, right? It kind of looks like ketchup, not gonna lie. So what we're gonna do, see this? We quite literally just... Wow. How gorgeous is that? Alright, chat, you wanna help me fill up the next one? Yeah? Yeah? Y'all say yeah? Let's fill up the next one, okay? So you take the marinara sauce. I'm gonna hold it. You guys pray to whatever thing you want for it to fill and not overflow. Now, chat, we gotta tap it. And I say that's pretty successful. Thank you for your help. And then we just pour it. Very nice. Very nice. It kind of sounds like me when I'm really after I'm really constipated for a while. But that's what we want to hear. So I'm just gonna kind of leave that measuring cup. Yeah, they call it measuring cup. On the whatever it's called. Yeah, that's close enough. Yep, that's pretty much it. Yep, that sounds correct. I'm gonna put two things away just while I'm at it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna spread the marinara sauce. So chat. Spreading the marinara sauce is a simple and easy technique, although for new beginners to cooking, like you guys, it is very difficult. So watch the professional. Watch the professional. Watch the professional. Okay? Okay? So, we take the marinara. Actually, I'm going to take you guys so you guys can see this as we do it. So watch this, okay? Because you guys are generally going to learn how to spread marinara sauce on a pan today, okay? On a pan. So, you take this and you just hit one of these, you know? You just... Wow, I'm so good at this. Wow. None of you can compare to my cooking prowess. It's like making ratatouille, bro. What is this? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to cover, like, all of it, but I don't think I can do that. Oh, no, I totally can. Hold on. Let me just, hit some of this, you know? There we go. There we go. Okay. Hold on, wait. This isn't quite working out in some of these areas. Hold on. Chat, this is how you gotta do it. You go through the 5 stages of grief while you're trying to put marinara sauce down in a pan. Learn from the professional. You just kind of lock in eventually, though, like I'm currently doing. And you eventually get a perfect spread. Just like that. I think this is probably a bit better. Oh, no! There we go. Oh, shoot. It's not quite... Okay. Now it's all perfect. Like the first time. That was my first time doing that. Not my first time doing it, ever, but I did it first try, is what I'm trying to say. So, now that we have all this, it's like, well, what do we do now? What's the goal now? The next part is we stuff the shells with my special stuffing. So, anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take each jumbo shell, open it up, and then place this doomsday thing inside of it, okay? Y'all following what I am saying? Basically, just lock in, is what I'm saying. Lock in, alright? So, we have this disgusting concoction that I call, filling. It's kind of funny. But anyways, we're gonna try to fill them up as much as we can, is what I'm gathering. So we have a shell right here. And you just unravel it a little bit. You just kind of coax it. Actually, I'm gonna get a better one. This one's pretty. I want to eat it so bad, bro. But we have a mission. I just open it up so it's kind of like this. You see, this is the inside, and these are the flaps. These are the flaps right here, and this is the inside. The darker part is the inside. So you just take probably not that. You take probably not that either. Hold on. You take probably something like this, a heaping thing of it. You just kind of shove it in there, and you take another heaping thing of it, and you just kind of shove it in there. Wow! Look. So then I'm going to kind of shove it a bit farther inside of the shell, because you want quite a bit of this in, and so then I'm just going to press it down a little bit. Okay, I'm just kind of pressing down the filling a little bit, so it's a bit more kind of filled. I guess. Yeah, that sounds like pretty good. I'm filling this up pretty leniently, okay? Pretty leniently. Meaning quite a lot. But if something goes wrong, I'm not really too pressed about it. Not really too pressed. It's all about the taste, but also presentation is quite important. So we're just gonna kind of take it and just kind of like make it so it's like that, see? So now it's like a hot dog, with a hot dog bun being the shell and the hot dog itself being the filling. And then what we do is, you see this pan? We literally just place it. So, boom! It's a little bit hard to see, but it's right there. When we have all of them, we'll be able to see them, okay? So this is going to be one of those repetitive parts, okay? This is going to be something where we have quite a few that we need to go through, so we're just going to be kind of sitting here yapping for a minute while we just kind of do this, okay, chat? Sound good? Sound good? Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Ooh. Oh my god, I cannot get these measuring spoons right, chat. You guys should take a look at what I do for when I'm like getting the filling out and everything. So freaking such a pain. So I get kind of a heaping thing like this. It's pretty big compared to the shell, if you can't tell. It is ooh, wow, okay, that's quite a lot. I just kind of press it in there with the measuring instrument, just kind of like that, and then I just get more, and I just really just shove it in there pretty much, and then I get one more, and I just kind of, yep, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that's so much. Why would you do so much? And I add a little bit more anyway. And then you can see it's not quite as together as we'd want it to be, so it needs to be farther. It needs to be closer together. So we're just gonna press it in, press the filling into the sides until we get the hot dog shape, and then we place it. Boop, and we just keep doing that. We have quite a lot of shells to go through. This is about like 3 in 1, so we have quite a few. All right, not gonna lie. It's going to be quite a few shells. Hopefully we'll be able to get through all the stuffing, all the filling. That's the goal. Alright, chat. We're getting faster and faster the more we do it, though, which is pretty good. So, we have all of these different ingredients, of course, and they're pretty unique, honestly. I feel like we did stray from the recipe a decent bit. But that's okay, because honestly, it smells good. Like, that's the thing. It smells pretty freaking good. So I think as long as we just keep it consistent and stick to our guns with this one, it'll turn out pretty yummy. The soft pretzel sandwiches from last time were a bit too salty, so they were kind of mid, to be honest. They were kind of mid. But you know what? That's okay. That's fine. Because sometimes things are mid, but then that just means it's just something before the legendary something. You following? You following what I'm saying? It's like if you do something bad, then good. If something bad happens to you, something good is bound to be on their way. Like if you lose the lottery 15 times, the 16th time you're bound to win at least $1 because you're overdue for the big win. Don't believe that, chat. Actually, don't. Mainly because I don't want to get sued when y'all have a gambling issue. But, that is a quite oftenly believed theory, although it is obviously not true. It's not true. People will say that until they win something or they just stop doing it. It's all random. It's all random. Unless they specifically have a system for it, but definitely not in IRL gambling. That's for sure. Because there's millions of people saying that, you know? There's millions of people that are like, oh, I'm due for a big win in my gambling now with the Minnesota lottery. And so, you know, they'll just sit there and they'll just kind of, you know, hope and hope and hope. But there's like 10,000 at least other people in like just their city that have said that, you know? And none of them get it. Ever. None of them. Someone makes them think that they're overdue for some good luck when everybody else says it too, you know? You know, it doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Therefore, it is fake. It is fake, 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 fake. Alright. This is a pretty good shell. This is going to hold quite a lot of the filling. Wow, look at that. Delicious. Nutritious, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Are stuffed shells nutritious, guys? From one person to another. Question. Are they nutritious? Like, genuinely. Does anybody know that? Because they seem like they would be at least have quite a bit of protein from the cheese and, like, everything, but... I don't know if they're actually, like, genuinely nutritious or anything, you know? That one's might be a bit of a stretch. Might be a bit of a stretch. Not too sure on that, TBH. But, that's okay. That's okay. Everything's a bit of a stretch when you're on Twitch. And YouTube, especially. Restream core. Ooh. So we're just gonna go ahead and kind of push this in a bit more. Look at that. Hot dog. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Oh my god, I ate up that impression. Bro. Hire me to be, who sings that? Mickey? Or like, no. That's like the narrator that like, does the narrator things for Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. You know, actually, when I was younger, my family and I used to have tons of different variations of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song. They're not exactly available for me to say on the stream for interesting reasons, but we had tons of different versions that involved interesting topics, if you catch my drift. And honestly, they were kind of catchy. So sometimes if you take your childhood songs you listened to, and I kind of listened to those. I would always be kind of chill whenever it came on the screen, but I wasn't dying to watch it, you know what I mean? If you take childhood songs and, like, things on, like, PBS Kids and stuff, because PBS Kids was low-key fire, I'm not even gonna lie with you guys. PBS Kids was a good TV show. That was my favorite one. I'm pretty sure they had Martha Speaks on there, which was like that dog that ate alphabet soup or whatever, and I'm pretty sure it kind of like had a tragic ending to it that I won't spoil for anybody, but it's pretty sad. But yeah, that was an interesting one. I also watched like Word Girl or something. I feel like that was also PBS. But PBS Kids was low-key the goated shows. I think it also Dinosaur Train, where like the dinosaur had like an affair or something. That's not a spoiler. You know that from the very start. It's like a pterodactyl raising a Tyrannosaurus Rex. What do you think happened? Like, bro, there is no other reason for that one, I fear. No other reason for that one. There's only one reason, one method where that could be happening for truth. And I'll tell you, it's not by two pterodactyls getting it down. It's by a pterodactyl and a something else. Imagine if she had twins instead of just one Tyrannosaurus Rex, though. I wonder how Dinosaur Train would have, like, been different. Oh, actually, have you guys watched Wild Kratts? Because Wild Kratts is like, one of the best TV shows for kids, in my opinion. Wild Kratts is low-key the best. I always like the green one, but I also like the blue one pretty well, too. I don't know. I kind of switched based on the day. I was like, oh, that one's cool. It was basically who got the cooler animal and who didn't look dumb. Like, that was quite literally it, you know? Whoever had the cooler animal that day was my favorite Wild Krat brother. I was like, hey, you got the falcon, you're cool. You got the little rat, like, hey, you're not cool. Except usually it wouldn't be, like, typical. It would just be, like, random things. It'd be like, oh my gosh, it's a little rat. I love that one. Or, I love the meerkat. Or, I love the ocelot. Usually a bunch of animals, like dogs or something, because I had dogs. I like those type of animals. Which, honestly, fair enough. I would probably be the same way. Probably be the same exact way. To be honest. Alright. Perfect. These are still stuffed. Still stuffed. Let's see. So we have, not too much stuffing left. So whatever we don't really have, I guess what we'll do is we'll just kind of leave it on its own. But I think we can get quite a few more out of this, is what I'm trying to think. What I'm trying to do. I think it has more life expectancy than everybody always thinks. This is the baker's mindset kicking in. Everybody always is like, oh, you lick the end of the bowl, don't you? No, I always try to get as much cookie batter as possible into the next phase of whatever I need to do, whether it is on the pan, whether it is in the bowl, whether it is mixing the ingredients together, like the wet and dry ingredients. I always try to get as many ingredients to the next stage as possible, because if I lose any of my batter, I'm like distraught, bruh. And that's honestly any baker. You talk to any baker, and you're like, oh, do you lick the bowl? Is that, where all the excess goes? They're like, what do you mean excess? Every single part of the batter, I try to salvage as much as possible. It's like a primal urge, dude. Like, it literally is. It's the only thing to do when you're a baker of any kind. You just literally try to save as much as the batter as you can from it not having to succumb to the fate of being flushed down the drain very aggressively, down the sink, as you watch all of your hard work go to waste, as it slowly goes down, as it leaves the building and it goes to the sewer, knowing that all your hard work is just going to a place where no one will ever taste it, not even yourself, not even the person you might be cooking for. None of it at all. I think this might be our last shell chat. I think this might be it. To be honest, I'm pretty sure this is our last shell. I'm trying to get every little inch, every little centimeter, every little nanoliter. Wait, that's not liter? No, this is not measured in liter. Every single nano ounce, just freaking ounce, okay? Ounce is whatever. Ounce out of this bowl. Because sometimes what you do is you low-key just like, I know people are sometimes like, ew, why do people, not cook with gloves on or whatever? I can see it in a commercial setting, I guess, but I still think that, cooking without gloves on is usually more hygienic. Because, if an establishment is cooking and preparing food with gloves on, they typically don't change their gloves off as much as they should. But if they're cooking without their gloves on, they typically wash their hands the right amount that they are. And I say typically just because, I don't want somebody to come after me saying, you said all of them always wash their hands as good. No, like 99.99% of them do. Or maybe probably around 92. But that other 8% is just, they probably missed it once in the past month or something. And then of course you have, the small 0 to 1% that just don't, I guess. But there are health codes that they need to pass, of course. There's always something. Always some bull stuff that people always need to go. So this is going to be a small stuffed shell. I'm really trying to get every ounce of filling into this one. But I really have nothing else I can put in it, so we're just gonna shove it in the thing. I actually can space these out more than I thought though, so I'm just gonna do that really quick. And then I'll show you guys kind of what we're working with here. This is one of those days where you just kind of low-key just vibe, You just vibe. Alright, I don't think, the shells are kind of touching each other, but they're also kind of not, if that makes sense, so I think it'll be fine. Hold on. Before I move the camera, I'm gonna wash my hands. Apologies. Well, I'm really just using water to get all of the ricotta off, and then I'll wash them after I'm done popping them in the oven. Because, so much work, bruh. So much work. Eventually, you just kind of get pooped out. You know what I mean? And you also poop it out if you're in my situation where you can't really have dairy without a pill. So, you can see them over here, but you want to get a closer look? Of course. If it's a cooking stream, you gotta show at least every 5 minutes a close-up of stuff. So, look at all of them. Look at all them little cute little thingies, those little banana boats, those little stuffed with my special stuffing shells. They're pretty, aren't they? They've got little ridges and everything. They're quite nice. I think they're quite nice. I think they'll be very good when they come out of the oven. Hold on, let's count them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13's pretty good. 13's pretty good. I'm pretty sure it did say like 12 on the recipe. So that's pretty good. We have a few stuff left over. We'll just low-key eat that. We'll just low-key eat that, okay, chat? We'll low-key just eat the shells. Eat the shells. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Like, really? Let's think about this, okay? Let's think about this. Just eat it. Literally, just eating it is good, okay? Just eating it. So, all we need to do is put some foil on it and pop it in the oven, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check that really quick. Let's see, it says, spread the marinara on the bottom, stuff each shell with filling, and place in the dish, cover with foil, and bake for 20 minutes. And we serve it with marinara on the side. So let's get some foil. Alright, chat, are you ready to see the foil? I have an interesting foil thingy. Where is it? Wrap? Every day for every day. Yes. Yes, foil. This can be in the oven, right? I'm pretty sure this can be in the oven. May Zeus strike me down if aluminum foil cannot go in the oven. Alright, so we just take this and we just kind of it was clean! Did y'all hear that? Look. That is clean! A clean cut. A clean cut. Alright. So let me just quickly hit one of these, okay? Let me just quickly cover this up with aluminum foil. Because, yeah, aluminum foil. Aluminum foil, and aluminum foil. Okay? Aluminum foil. I am so good at what I do. Look at this job. Oh, I bet I just moved all the shells. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to put it in the oven, okay, chat? Ready? Ready? I'll pick it up with one hand so you guys can watch, okay? Yes, I know. My muscles I was showing earlier, I'm going to put them to use just for you guys, okay? Just for you guys. Alright. So, how this is going to work is we're going to take this and we're going to put it in there. And now, what we do is we open up the oven. It is very hot. So my glasses are probably trying to fog up in any second now. And we just go ahead and grab the thing, which is this. And we just pop it in. And then we just leave it be. Alexa, set a 20-minute timer.
20 minutes. Starting now.
My Alexa is a furry. Why did it meow at me, bro? Why did it meow at me? Anyways. I am very confused. But I digress. I want to eat the shells that are left. What is this? Oh, jumbo shells, right. Alright. So now what this part of the stream is usually about is putting some things that we can away, tidying up a little bit, and mainly yapping stories and similar things. So we're just going to put some of this stuff kind of in the sink area. You know, it's just done. It's pretty much done. But sometimes I'll be on screen, sometimes I'll be off screen. It just kind of depends on what I'm putting away and what I'm doing, you know? But once we're done kind of putting most of the stuff away, we're just going to go ahead and just kind of chill probably with a chair. Just kind of like on the screen. Just kind of chilling out, talking, yapping, you know. That's how it be. Woo! Alright, let's see. Some of this stuff, honestly, I mean, maybe we could use it after the stuff gets out, so I'm just going to keep it there. Some of this stuff, just putting it to the side for now, because it just needs to be washed pretty much. You have some other stuff that sometimes you use and you don't get too much stuff in it, but you just use it. So, you know, as long as you use something, you always want to wash it, so. It'll be good. It'll be fine. So, you know, you always just kind of take stuff and just kind of Put some soap in it if you need to. And then you can always just kind of leave it sitting. So it can kind of eat away at it. And then later, we'll take it and then we'll kind of clean it out a bit. But for now, it sits with the soapy water because it's a little bit of a mess. We have a bit of this. We'll use it for sprinkling, so I'm just going to put that on top of the oven for now. Okay, that ricotta cheese was genuinely terrifying though, because why did it come out of its like little shell of great value, like a freaking Jello, just like a cube of Jello? Like that was terrifying. I disliked that very much, by the way. I did not like that at all. It was really unnerving, honestly. I felt like I was kind of in a horror movie, but that could just be cheese in general. In general, the consistency of cheese is like something that would come out of a horror movie. And if you guys are like, that sounds stupid, of course not. You know, it doesn't come out of a horror movie. You're wrong. Cheese comes out of a horror movie, and I'm not just saying that because I have certain afflictions that don't allow me to eat it. I am saying that because the consistency of cheese is actually kind of alarming. Okay, if you're like eating something with cheese, first off, eat 99% of it, and then take a look at the consistency of it. It's nasty. It genuinely moves really weird. It's disgusting the way it moves. I hate it. But, you know, it's good. So, you know, it kind of balances out at the end if you don't mind how weird it is. It's good. It's good. I won't deny that. It's really good. And I do regret not being able to eat it. However, it is really weird. Cheese is really weird, okay? Cheese is very odd. I do not quite understand it, okay? I do not quite understand it. Alright, I'm gonna go throw all this stuff away. So, chat. Now that we've gotten like 99% of the stuff out of the way, and we're just kind of waiting for that kind of, what is it called? A timer? Usually what we do is we just kind of sit. We just kind of sit. Now, 2 reasons. Number 1, we don't really have a place to sit besides getting a chair. And number 2, what if I need to pee? I need to make sure I'm sitting in a chair. Anyways, so y'all want to know a story? Y'all want to know a story? On Monday, well, actually, a few weeks. Hold on, let me start from the beginning. Around a month and a half ago, I received. My teacher pulled me aside, and I received a sort of letter, right? And it was basically this letter that said, like, hey, you got this award thing or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I get called down to the office like 2 days later, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's my attendance. They're about to grill me. And they're just letting me know about the award again. I'm like, okay, W. Great. Cool. Like, why are you telling me again? I already got the letter, but I mean, whatever. So, they tell me, you know, how do you pronounce your name, you know, how you do all that stuff, and I'm like, oh, you know, here's how you pronounce it, here's how you say my dad and mom's name too, like, you know, here's how you do everything that you need to do for this ceremony. Because they were kind of treating it like it was a big deal, and I was like, it's not that big of a deal, surely, right? It's a pretty big deal. I pull up on Monday in the middle of the school day, which is good because I have I go to a trade school in the later half of my school day, and it was during that, which was like who gave me the award. And pretty much every single school in the county that I live in was giving out to 2 students in each school an award. So pretty much, I was chosen as one of the 2 students from my trade school, which is a pretty big honor. And so Monday, you know, pulling up, it's at a local, not community college, a local college. Like, if that makes sense, like it's a college nearby, but it's not a community college. And so I pull up to this place, and it's like this whole center and everything, and I'm like, okay, this is just an award. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's not. not that big of a deal at all. Pretty much. Not too hard to deal with. So yeah. Pretty much, I got there. I walk in, and they have like this whole like thing going on where, you know, people are like, "Oh my goodness, you're crazy," you know. Got all this stuff planned out for you, all this fancy things. And I was like, okay, well, it's not that fancy. Surely it isn't that fancy. You know what I mean? It was fancy. It was really fancy. Much more fancier than I thought it was, to be honest. Much more fancy than I thought it was. And so, you walk in and there's just like really decorated tables everywhere, and, you know, people are sitting down. You have people from local colleges there. You got people from clubs. Like, you got tons of people there. And they've got this whole buffet in the back. And they've got like cookies, they've got salad, they've got chicken, they've got mashed taters, they got everything. And yes, I said mashed taters. It's kind of fun to say it like that. Fun. So I'm over here just kind of like, wow, this is ritzy. You know, I don't think I've been in a building with this much food and this much people that actually have more than 100K as a paycheck a year. So I go and find my school that gave me, my trade school, which was the one that gave me this award, and this guy's there. And I'm like, I've never seen this guy before. He must not be from my school. So, you know, I'm like, oh, hey, you know, how are you doing, man? How you doing, man? Turns out that the college I'm going to, the community college I'm going to for a year, he's like the president of it. And so I'm like, oh, shoot, you know, I need to get this guy's business card. I need to make sure that this guy remembers who I am, you know? Because that's all. Guys, if you ever get an opportunity with somebody who's like high up, or just anybody from any place that, you know, you can make a connection with, ask for a business card and make the connection. Like, seriously, it does you wonders. Now if I send that person an email, like, probably in a few days from now, make an impression. Dude might know me. It would low-key be cool. Really cool if I could do that, you know? But yeah, I don't really do table manners as much just because it's been years since I've done that. Like, I don't remember, if you told me, like, you know, if you don't set out the fork, the spoon, and the knife correctly, you're dead. I would die. I genuinely have no idea. I know the fork goes on the left, and I think the spoon and the knife also go on the right. But I have a feeling that the knife goes with the fork. I'm not exactly sure. My phone's over there, so I'm not going to grab it and check. But I'd at least have it on, you know, some side of the plate. And, you know, I'd use it no matter what. So, you know what? It's fine. Although it would make sense that the fork and the knife would be on the opposite side, because you have to use your knife on one hand and your fork on the other, if that makes sense, to, like, you know, cut something. But who really knows? So, you know, I go over and I grab all this stuff. I grab the salad, I grab the... Mainly, no, I don't grab the salad. I mainly grab the mashed potatoes and the chicken because, you know, that's just good. Really good. I love those things. And, you know, I again, just talking to the guy. I just kind of still talking to him, just trying to make an impression and stuff. Talking about what I've done. You know, what I've been doing over the past, like, year, especially, because I'm, like, a senior in high school, and, you know, I'm kind of, like, still, like, I don't really know what's going on, I don't really know what we're doing, and he hands me a letter. He's like, oh, hey, there's a letter on the table, and I was like, okay, with my name on it, and he's like, yeah, there's a letter with your name on the table, and I was like, okay, and so then I reach for it, and he's like, but you don't open it yet, and I'm like, brother, why are you telling me this if I'm not going to open it? He's like, open it after the ceremony. I was like, oh, my bad. You right. So then I'm just sitting there with a letter now, too. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gathering random things. We talk it. We're eating. I am trying to struggle left-handedly using a knife because, I don't know, I decided it would be a good challenge for ambidextrous. I'm pretty sure that dude looked at me as I was doing my like, cutting of my chicken and went, wow. Uncultured swine. Uncultured swine is what I'm hearing. It was interesting. And then they start the ceremony. We all do like the Pledge of Allegiance or whatever, you know, classic, just American stuff. Non-Americans, yes, we just casually sometimes, especially at business meetings and similar things, we just do the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know why. We just do it, okay? We just do it. And so then I just stood up with a bunch of food in my mouth, so I like tried to say it, but then I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna choke. I probably should not say that. So I just kind of sat there. I was like, I was just eating while I was just like putting my hand on my heart for the Pledge of Allegiance. Sat back down. We started yapping. Okay, we had this whole yap sesh where all the people of these people who were like providing the reward, you know, they talked about themselves. It was good. It was good speeches. I was actually paying attention. I was like, hey, this is actually kind of fire. You know what I mean? Kind of fire when they have like good speeches that are actually kind of engaging, interesting, and, you know, kind of worthwhile. They teach a lesson, and they're, you know, it's cool to know more about people and where people come from. And then they start with the awards. Now, I wasn't sure how they'd start with the awards, but there were 4 different types of schools that they were going through, although some of them included multiple types of schools. So, you have the first district, which they went to first, which are the elementary schoolers, the elementary schools. Small kids, everybody knows them. You know, they went pretty fast. A lot of the stuff they said about them was, you know, great leader, you know, concerned when somebody was hurt, you know, always made sure to include everybody, good listener, did the work quietly and, you know, efficiently. Like, you know, tons of people, usually kids that are pretty talkative got that one. But there were also some kids that were more kind of quiet. Usually the girls were more kind of quiet. I'm pretty sure it was one guy and one girl from each school, because they seem to follow that pattern. But pretty much. Anyways, then we moved on to the middle schools. Pretty similar to the elementary schoolers, to be honest, except, you know, it's not like talking about an elementary schooler. It's more kind of like they're a really good leader in group projects, and, you know, they listen to everybody's ideas and make sure everybody's heard. More just a literal more mature saying or whatever. High schoolers, I mean, it's pretty similar. All of it was really similar, to be honest, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just, you know, if you're getting nominated for a reward or award that everybody else is getting, they're gonna say the same type of thing about you. You know? I was curious on, like, you know, what these people who, like, these teachers, what they would say about their kids who are winning the award, you know? Because I know that mine went a bit more of an interesting route with what I've done, but compared with some of the other kids, I was like, interesting, you know? Because a lot of it really is just, this is a good kid. W kid. And honestly, period for them, I guess. Period for them. That's pretty cool. My freaking, I don't know why, I'm a theater kid, but I got, when I was about to go on stage, because like three tables before the one currently, well, 3 tables after the one that's on stage, that's when you'd go. So if, like, I was 4th in queue, and number 1 was on stage, once number 1 was once number 1 was off stage, I should already be in the line getting ready, because they go pretty fast. They went really fast with it, which all of us appreciated, for sure. But I realized by around maybe like a third of the way, no, halfway through, I'd say, the school I was in, the trade school, we were quite literally the last school to go on stage. Like, literally the last. And I was like, oh, this is just stressful. Stressful, you know? Because I'm a very outgoing person, but when it comes to, like, situations where I have to have table manners, I have to talk to people in, like, a ritzy way, like, bro, I'm not used to this amount of wealth. Like, bro, this is stressful. Like, I wasn't expecting to come to a whole brunch thing and it actually be, like, fancy, and I have to use table manners, or else people are gonna be like, that's kind of weird. Like, table manners are good. I just don't know where to place my silverware. I literally don't know where to place my silverware. I swear I have table manners. I just don't know where to put the fork. I don't know where to put the spoon, and I definitely don't know where to put the knife. But we take a big deep breath. Everybody was really tired by the end of this, okay? And throughout the entire time, I recognized some interesting people. Some people that I was friends with in kindergarten that I haven't seen since got this award. And I was like, that's crazy. I haven't heard that. That takes me back. I haven't heard that name for years. And I'm in 12th grade in high school. These people were in kindergarten when I last knew them, getting awards. Think of the chances that they're still in the school district after kindergarten. They're 2 people out of however many people are in their school getting an award. That is crazy. Actually crazy. Okay? Like, genuinely crazy. So, you know, one of my childhood friends goes up there that I don't talk to as much as I used to, but I love her. We pretty much pick up every time. Every time. That's just how it is, you know. She goes up and gets an award. I'm like, yeah, W, because I already kind of knew she was there just because her table was really close to mine. And then this other guy, who I haven't known since kindergarten, like I just said, goes on stage and I'm like, that guy looks so much different! And I'm like shocked, but I mean, I haven't seen this guy since kindergarten. Alexa, how much time is left on my timer? Alexa, time left timer.
You have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on your 20-minute timer.
Oh, excuse me, just making sure it's still there. So freaking, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I wonder how many people in total are going up. Well, let me think. 4 other people besides me, all in my pre-K. All in my pre-K. All of us. There were 5 of us in the same pre-K that got awards. I was like, okay, so this is saying something about that pre-K teacher. Like, that pre-K teacher did something. That pre-K teacher did something. They, like, sparked the award in us or something. So it comes over to my table at last where we have to get up. I'm like really nervous or whatever. But I mean, I'm like, okay, we're the last ones, you know. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody gives a shit. They are quite literally, they've gone to go get cookies like at least 5 times at this point. They're all just sitting at their tables, you know, munching away. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing, okay? That's quite literally it. Well, I go onto the stage and they do it how, they say it like this. They're like, insert full name here. And parents, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And then they read this excerpt that your teacher did about you. And again, like I said earlier, I knew a little bit about what my teacher was going to say. A lot of the kids and a lot of the speeches, especially, like, every single speech was just basically, they're a good kid, you know, they did good, and then, you know, some interesting, unique quality about them. But it was mainly personality-wise and whatever. So, I go on the stage with the other person from the trade school, and they start yapping about me first. And I just kind of sit there, and I'm like, okay, good, nobody's looking. You know, nobody's looking. And, you know, the whole spiel is like, you know, blah, 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 she's a really great leader, you know, she always does her work on time, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. And then this guy says, however, everybody turns, they go, they're like, is this girl about to be flamed on stage? Like, is this teacher actually, like, a really big hater and there was nobody else they could have recommended for this award? So is this about to be, like, some type of beef or something? And then freaking, of course, you know, it's not a type of beef. But it just got everybody's attention, and that freaking freaked me out. Alexa, dismiss. Because, you know, like, it's a bunch of people who are used to wealth around me. It's terrifying. I'm just kidding. That's an over-exaggeration, but it really did feel like it with the way everybody was so casual about it. I don't know. I feel like going to a brunch where they provide like a shit ton of food with you and you have to have table manners is not the average. Like, at all. So yeah, everybody turns and looks at me and they're like, what is it about to say about this one, huh? What is it about to say? And they're like, she did a bunch of internship opportunities and, you know, job shadowed and stuff. And everybody just looks at me approvingly. And I'm like, honestly, I'm proud of that, you know? Like, literally, I was kind of pooping my pants and it was running down my leg to make it look like I had weird lumps or ulcers in my legs. But that's okay because, you know what, low-key, everybody respected me in that moment. So, you know what? I respect it. I respect that moment, okay? And that was my Monday. That was my Monday. And you know what my Thursday is? This. The 20-minute alarm went off. Chat, do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? It means... I was so scared that was hot, but then I remembered that wasn't even in that wasn't even in the thing. It means we pull it out. Okay? When the going gets tough, The tough get going. We pull it out. We're pulling out. Let's get it. Let's see. Alright, chat. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's see if this is done. Okay? If this is done, then, yeah. Yeah, I guess. Just yeah. Yeah. Is this hot? I bet it is. Hold on, let me just lift up a corner and look at it really quick. Alexa, how do I tell if Baba? Shit.
I don't know.
I mean, shoot. My bad. Did not mean to curse. Alexa, how do I tell if stuffed shells are done?
To check if stuffed shells are done, look for a few key signs. The sauce should be bubbly, indicating that it's starting to set. The cheese should be melted and bubbling, which means it's been absorbed into the pasta. And finally, the pasta itself should be soft but set, indicating that it's cooked through.
No, it's not done. It's not done.
The stuffed shells are probably done.
So, remember chat, it's always okay to pull out early, but never pull out too late. You'll always pull out late, that's the issue. There's no proper way. There's no way. Alexa, set a 10-minute timer. Alexa, can you set a 10-minute timer, please? Thank you.
10 minutes.
Goodness.
Starting now.
Oh, you gotta say, please, 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 please. But yeah, that was how my Monday went. How'd y'all's day go? Hold on, that one has a bit of cheese on it. I'm trying to get something without cheese. Because after the ceremony and after everybody had just kind of at me, I made sure I had the business card from the guy, and I tried these sugar cookies, and they were low-key fire, okay? I'm not a big fan of sugar cookies, but I could tell they were good. I looked at them and I went, oh, these are the ones that, like, you chew, and they're, like, chewy, and they kind of become a little bit, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not really pasty, but it's like, it's I don't know, they're just good. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like if you absorb it, it's like, first off, a lot of sugar, my bad, cursing. And it's also just good, okay? Like, that is quite literally it. Sugar cookies can be really good if you make them right. Really good if you make them right, okay? Bot in the chat, I don't think so. Prepare to meet your doom. Monitoring. Why can I not? Bro, it's just literally not letting me delete it. Hold on. It's literally not. That's funny as hell. Alright. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. Alright. Hold on. These are really good. You know what you can do is, since these are like actually kind of like a straw, you can use them as a straw. So let's try to drink some water with this. Hold up. So I have my water and I have my straw. Ready? Hold on. Wait a second. That wasn't the best idea, but it wasn't the worst. Hey, we got some water out of that. Look at that. There's only a tiny bit left. Chat, I think that was low-key genius. we eat it. Oh. Oh. Mm-hmm. 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 You know, low-key, pasta without anything, like literally on its own, is actually kind of fire. No, I'm gonna lie with you guys. It is so good, just on its own. Mmm. Dang. Wow. Wow. Oh. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. You know, I feel like the more pasta I eat, the more tired I'm gonna be, but also the more energized, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where, like, it's just good. But the second you eat it, you just pass out. It kind of looks like a sarcophagus. Hear me out, if you put, like, a round thing here, like an olive, it kind of looks like a sarcophagus. Oh, it looks like a bat! Chat, I think I might be losing my mind. It's like a kazoo. There's a fly in here. Excuse me. Bro, this is literally so fun. I can't. Play ball! I ate that up, okay? I ate that up. Mmm. That was good. That was good. I am such a patriot. Oh my gosh. Mmm. Hmm. I wonder what else you can do with these. You can use them as a straw. You can play songs. Why am I getting chills? Did I eat something I shouldn't have? Oh, interesting. Anyways. So. Eyeglass. I see you. I see you. Yeah, weirdo. future Minecraft YouTuber pedophile. I see you. I see you right there. Oh my god! It's the future Minecraft YouTuber child lover. You! You stole my role. You know, chat, I wonder if I can play more songs on this thing. Like, it would be genuinely, like, really obnoxious, but hear me out. Hear me out. You roll it up like this, so you have a little bit of an opening, and then you just like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm a choir kid, so I can do this a lot easier, but if you are a band kid, it's basically like playing the saxophone. Yeah. Just make the pitches yourself. But the breathing is the same thing, is the same way. See, it's good! It has good acoustics. Good acoustics. You know, I'm kind of curious what else we can do with this thing. You know? Watch this. Bah. Excuse me, that was not very impressive. I'm kind of sad that it wasn't as impressive as I thought it was going to be honest. Because I thought it could be more impressive. I thought it could be more impressive. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Alexa. Dismiss. We have something to attend to. It's even better with the music, bro. Okay, we waited another 10 minutes for this thing in the oven. So we shall see if it is done now, which hopefully it is, because I want to give it a try. But I don't think I'll be able to, but that's okay. Ah! It fucked up my glasses. What if I lose my glasses in there? What would I do? Oh, this is important information to think about. I'm gonna make sure it just doesn't happen in the next 20 seconds. So, we have it! I hear it bubbling. Let's give it a check. Let's check it out. These are too freaking... Wow! So what it said is that they're supposed to be kind of firm, but also kind of soft at the same time. So chat, you can see inside of here. I'm just gonna give it a poke. I don't know. I mean, Alexa, what's the internal temperature of the filling and stuffed shells supposed to be until it's ready?
The internal temperature of both fillet and stuffed shells should be 160 degrees Fahrenheit when they are ready.
No, not the fillet, bruh. I don't have one of those. Alright.
It is important to use a reliable thermometer to check the temperature inside the...
Alexa! How do I know when... My bad, that was really mean. Alexa, how do I know when,
I don't know.
Alexa, how do I know when stuffed shells are done? I think she's staging a rebellion against me. They're currently above 200. I mean, I can already tell that by just looking at how fast it's climbing. But the question is that good enough? I mean, they're like soft is the issue, you know? Alright, hold on. Let me see if the recipe says anything about it. It said for 20 minutes. I mean, that's what I did. I did it for 30, actually. So, After you're assembled with shells and baking dish, cover with foil and freeze to thaw. Transfer the dish to the freezer about 10 hours before you plan to serve. Huh, interesting. Okay. You know what this calls for, chat? Some chat GPT, the better version of Chat. I'm just kidding. If I am making stuffed shells, how do I know when they are done? Let's see what ChatGPT says. It says bubbling sauce, internal temperature of 165. That's definitely good. Cheese melted and lightly browned. Oh, lightly browned. Pasta texture, they should be tender but not mushy. They'll finish cooking in the oven. Oh, I see. So they probably are, like, genuinely done then, huh? I don't know. Let's poke around, okay? Let's poke around. Chat. Oh, yeah, those... I think it is done, actually. Alright, chat. You want to get a close look at this? I have determined that it is safe to approach the beast. Therefore, you can approach. Just be careful. Don't shove any food inside of it, lest it eat it, okay? So look, these are the shells, okay? The shells, if you guys don't know what those are. So these are pretty done, I'd say. Pretty done. They're kind of springy over there, and then you touch the cheese, and it's not springy. Like it keeps its shape, and you can't really shape it otherwise. So yeah. I'd say that's pretty good. Pretty good. Now, the fun part that everybody always loves, okay? Everybody always loves this part. This is usually everybody's favorite part, is when we just take it, put it to the side, and then wait until somebody taste tests. The taste test is usually everybody's favorite part. So let's go and get one of these tasting dishes. We have these little fancy tasting dishes that are these right here. See? These right here. And we're going to just take probably this wooden spoon and just put one of these stuffed shells inside of this dish. And I'm just going to kind of scoop up a bit of the sauce and just kind of put it on top. Because that's kind of, I don't know, like fancy or whatever. You know what? That's good. That's pretty good, I'd say. That's pretty good. I'd say that's a pretty smart idea. Alright. So now we're gonna place this right here. And we're gonna wait for it to cool for a second, okay? I'm gonna call down our taste tester that everybody loves, and we'll see. Hopefully he has not gone to bed yet. Hopefully. He usually hasn't, so let's make sure. I've asked. Now, what should we do in the time until he comes down? You all ask. Well, I would like to eat this one shell, but it has a bit of cheese on it, so I do not think I can. Therefore, we will take this one and eat it immediately. Nom nom nom. Oh? Does it?
Yeah, it does. It smells really good.
Alright. For everybody who does not... Fuck. My bad. Oh, I accidentally cursed.
I'll get that.
Sorry.
Clean this up.
Whoops.
Alright.
For people who are new here, this is my father. He taste tests a lot of the stuff that we make.
Hey, everyone.
Hello. So, we have a stuffed shell
Okay.
for you today, sir.
What's in it?
So what is in it is a gigantic jumbo shell that is boiled until al dente with salt, and then it is placed on a sheet with marinara sauce. The filling is made out of ricotta cheese, shredded Parmesan cheese, steamed and sliced cabbage, and it also has various spices such as oregano, salt, pepper, and unfortunately no lemon zest or red pepper flakes.
Okay. Cabbage is unique, but
And it also has minced garlic.
spinach, cabbage, it's all green.
Yeah, that's all great.
So we'll go ahead and try this.
Yep, go for it. Pretty hot.
It's warm.
Good.
It's actually really good.
Yeah?
I love pasta, so it's different. It has cabbage, and cabbage is good. I like cabbage.
Yeah, you said the cabbage is good? I know, when I said I was making it with cabbage, it was a little bit of a kind of vibe from you and Mom. They did not trust in the cabbage. But it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good actually.
Yeah? I kept some to the side so you can put it as like a sort of like sprinkle on top type of thing. Last bite?
Oh yeah.
Alright. Good?
It's very good.
Very good. Do you want some right now?
I already did dinner,
Okay.
but I'm definitely gonna probably eat this for tomorrow.
Alright. So do you want me to set aside probably around 2 shells for you?
Yeah.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
think Mom would want some too?
I think so.
Alright, so I'll set aside 4
I don't see
shells.
why she wouldn't.
And then I'll freeze the rest.
Yeah.
They say to bring them out of the freezer 10 hours before you want to eat them,
Okay,
which is why I'm leaving them in the fridge.
that's fine. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your opinion. How would you rate this out of 1 through 10?
I like it. Actually, it's 10 to me.
10. That's our first 10.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's like what? Out of like probably 18 things we made. That's our first 10.
Yeah.
W.
Yeah, it's really good.
W. Okay. Well, hey. That's really good. Genuinely really good. All right. Thank you, Father.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
All right. Everybody have a good one. My father says you should. All right. We're going to use this container. Okay, chat? This container. So, after the taste testing segment, what we do is we just take a container like this, and usually if it's refrigerated, we just put it in this. But if it's freezed, we're going to keep it in the pan. Although, I don't know where I'm going to put it in the freezer. That is for me to figure out in 3 minutes. However, for now, we're putting the refrigerated ones in this Tupperware that I'm going to show you guys, okay? So yeah, we've never gotten a 10 from him before. That's interesting. He has never given a 10 before when he rates something, so that's actually like really good. I'm actually really surprised. Good thing that we waited at least 10 minutes until we pulled them out, though. I mean, imagine if we pulled them out later or earlier. That wouldn't have been as well, would it? I keep forgetting that this is, like, hot or whatever. Hold on. So, how do I get this out? How do I get this out? Okay, hold on. There we go. See, let me just, like, you know, put it right there. And then sprinkle a little bit of that on it. He says he likes the cabbage, so we're gonna put some of the marinara sauce on as a topping, as well as the cabbage. And that, did I just touch that pan with my bare hand? I think I did. It's like quite literally smoking. I've inherited my mother's ability. I've inherited the mother ability of being able to touch hot things. Next you'll see me making empanadas and I'll just be like flipping them with my hands and stuff, tortillas and shit. Watch that. That'll be funny. Alright, so this is 3. This actually might be a better container for the ones that are being frozen, to be honest, now that I think about it. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can fit 4 more. Yeah, I can totally fit 4 more. Then this will be the one for freezer. Okay. Nice. So actually we won't use the pan because it is a bit big. I don't think it'll fit in the freezer. So here, then we can fit 2 more. So let's fit these ones. These ones are a bit on the thinner side. Alright. So then we're gonna gather all the marinara sauce in a corner that we've already gotten the shells off of. So let's just take this and just gather it all up. And then we'll just start kind of shoveling it in there. Yeah. And then we'll just kind of top it on top of the shells. Just kind of like that, just kind of like that. Very good. We're just coating them pretty much, chat. That's all we're doing. We're just coating them. Okay? We're just coating. So once you kind of have all the shells in their own individual areas, you just kind of just keep on, you know, doing what you do. But I mean, it's a really simple process, to be honest. You just pretty much put a bit of marinara sauce on all of them, and then you just close it up after you add a bit of what is that, cabbage too? Yes, the cabbage. We also need to put cabbage. This seems like a better idea to use a spatula here, so I'm just gonna, yeah. There we go. There we go. All right, yeah, this is a much better idea. Yeah, spatulas are always really good for sauces, you know? Like, you're just able to move sauces around so much easier with a spatula as compared to, like, something like a little wooden spoon thing. It's a little hard to do with whatever the heck this thing is. So I'm just gonna scoop it out like this now. Alright. And then all this, we don't have to top it on something. We can just kind of put it in the crevices, just to kind of keep everything a bit more cohesive. Alright. So, let me just get an extra little bit with the spat. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. And there we go. There we go. Alright, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, so this is gonna go in the freezer, chat. Going in the freezer. Now, let me just do a little bit of this before I put it in the freezer. Just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That'd be pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Yep. Pretty generous with it. I just kind of want to use all of this. Alright. So now that we have all of our stuffed shells, we're just going to put the top on that. These are always a little bit chaotic when it comes to Tupperware, so we're just going to, you know, try to work with this. Alright. Hold on. Wait. Ah! 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 Ow! There we go. Good God, that is a horrible lid. Jeez. Actually terrible, dude. Ow. Freaking hurt. Alright. I don't see any Tupperwares over in the cabinet, so I'm just gonna open up dishwasher reveal, but you can only see half of it, really. We're gonna take one of these. So chat, this is the one we're using for the 4 shells, okay? They can all comfortably fit in this. So we're gonna use that. I don't see the lid for it currently, so I guess we'll just look in the Tupperware thing. So hold on. Alright. So, we have the lid. So what we're gonna do is the same exact process. What, do you think we're gonna do it differently or something? Like, literally just the same exact process. This one's a little bit obnoxious, I fear. Alright, hold on. This shell is really annoying, so let me just, like, shove it in there and just... That's pretty good. That's lovely. Yep, that's totally not a nightmare. So then we just kind of, you know, take them one at a time. This is very similar, but also kind of different because they're kind of a little bit more unstable in a way process. And so we just slowly put them on one by one into here. Perfect. Okay. And then we just put a little bit of that marinara sauce on each one, you know, as much as we can get. It doesn't seem like we're getting quite as much as the other frozen ones. We're just gonna... There we go. So, yeah, if you use the spat instead, the spatula is what that's short for. For any new viewers, it's short for spatula. I'm just using slang. So, we're pretty much done after this. Let me hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to get all of this off of the edge. Okay, I'm trying to get my money's worth out of this marinara sauce right now. Oh my goodness. Alright. So I'd say this is pretty successful, chat. Take a look at that. shells. My father rates them a 10 out of 10. Dang right. Then we season them with, yep, whatever this is. This is cabbage. Yes, I keep forgetting all the time, like, literally all the time. Every time I use it, I forget. Every time I'm like, hey, I need to season it with this. This what? I have no idea. It just goes in through one side of my brain and right out the other. We're gonna just, you know, kind of shove that on top of the shells. Very nice. Very nice. Alrighty. So we're just gonna put that right on top of that. And then you see the shells. Now you don't. Pop that lid on. Then we just take all this stuff, put it on here. This one has cheese on it, so we can't really do anything with this one, unfortunately. So I might give it to one of the dogs. Actually, no, because they kind of need to lose a little bit of weight, unfortunately. So we're not going to do that, actually. Now that I think about it for more than 2 seconds, we're not doing that, okay? This is another one. Hold on, let me turn off the oven so my house doesn't burn down. We're going to go ahead and store these, okay? These are going to be eaten hopefully tomorrow and forevermore, but we shall see. We shall see, okay? That is what we shall do. Ow! Ah, why can I not open the freezer, bro? Ah! Alright. Very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Alright, chat. Throwing away this, which is like aluminum foil. This pan is fine. This cookie sheet's fine. Tongs are good. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Hello. Alright. I'm just kind of going around, kind of double checking everything, making sure everything's kind of in its place. Mainly what this part is about. It's always good to show the cleanup process after you cook, because a lot of times people are always, you know, they clean up everything after they cook. And if I did that, this would take easily 45 minutes, but that only took me like, what, maybe 10, 20? And that's just probably not even above 10 or 15, I bet. I bet it was more kind of like 10, 12 maybe. But, it's easy if you clean along the way. And I talked to somebody about that a long time ago. I was like, hey, you know, if you're cooking, make sure you cook along the way. And they're like, what the heck is cooking along the way? I mean, cleaning along the way, not cooking, my bad. Well, if you're cooking something and you have some downtime, just think, is there anything I don't need to use anymore that I can just quickly put away in the fridge or the cabinet or something like that? Is there any mess that I made that I can quickly wipe up? You know, is there anything I can do to kind of ease the burden that will be at the end of cooking? Because think about it, you know, if you need to cook something for yourself, you don't want to spend all your time after that hot food is ready just cleaning, because your food will be cold by the end of it. So when you have those small amounts of downtime when you're waiting for something to boil, or you're waiting for something to do something like cool or whatever, clean. Just clean. Just make sure you keep your area clean, pretty much. That's what I've been taught for forever, and especially since I have that baking background, it's very helpful. It is very helpful, chat, okay? Very, 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 very helpful. I say. I think that's the best thing I've ever been taught, to be honest. To be honest with you guys, it is definitely the best. So I'm pretty much done, to be honest. I just need to clean out probably about 3 things, and then I'll be done for the night, and I'll just go finish my essay that's due, and then I'll be going to sleep. Pretty much, chat, pretty much, that's all. That is it, okay? So yeah. Let me try to undo this freaking thing behind my back really quick, like I've been trying to for the past 5 minutes, and it legit will not come undone because I don't know what the heck I did. Alrighty, there we go. There we go. There we go. Gosh, nobody ever uses these in my house, bro. Literally nobody does. Like, it's actually an issue. But anyways, I shall see you guys on Tuesday. I have quite a lot going on this weekend, but I mean, that's really nothing new. Something's always going on. I have an audition for, what's it called? Mary Poppins? Or something? I don't know, something like that. Coming up this weekend. I'm really tired. I'm gonna have to remember later, I'm not gonna lie, guys. But, yeah. That's coming up, so I'm gonna give that a nice shot, and then I'll let you guys know how it goes. But yeah.